Baby mama terrorist, BMT. Is my baby mama terrorist? I want y'all support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I want y'all support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I want y'all support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I want y'all support. Can't see my kids, so I It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. Riding around, I play the role as innocent with an evil soul. If I lift my fake hello behind closed doors, she rock them homes. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Case my kids been mad, I'm stressing. Cause my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Tell them people she did nothing wrong. Knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. I say my name, I know your kind. Say my baby, bitch, you mine. Fighting in court, baby, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit. Worried about another bitch. Instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business. Telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split first, not your yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. My baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups.
All stand, please. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. The solemn court now stands adjourned, sine die. God save the state and this honorable court.
Yeah. Shit. Maybe seated up in this motherfucker. Man, shout out to the Baby Mama Terrace Bounty Hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. And what we're going to talk about today is a mother who just had given birth, ended up going to jail, ended up passing away in jail because the punk ass guards didn't take heed to her being sick. Now you wonder why she was locked up. She was locked up because the father called the police on her. He didn't press charges at first, but then that same day or hours later, or either it was the next day, he changed his mind and she was arrested. And they charged her with trespassing and some other things. And she had a situation that was going on in jail. She was held on a $25,000 bond, which is much higher for the crime she did versus a man this time. The judge put it on her. And of course, the family didn't have the money to get out. Of course, the sheriffs weren't paying her no attention. The CO, they weren't taking her sickness serious. And if they would have took her to the hospital and got treatment, she would have lived. But because they didn't, she passed away. This happened some years ago. And the officers, I think it was 6 or 8 of them, we're going to watch the video, the news clip, and they all went to jail for it. But let me tell you what the father did. While she was locked up, he got custody. And also when she died, he ended up filing a lawsuit against the county jail, suing because of the mother passing away. And since he had custody of the child, it was justified because she lost her mom. And they sued for $13 million. $13 million. Not only that, the mother who passed away, the family members, they ain't allowed to see the kid. He don't talk to him. He don't fuck with him. So he living his life. I don't know if he got paid, but 9 out of 10, they was getting some money because they said it was gonna go in the trust for the child, and he got custody. Now, what did I tell y'all yesterday, and what did I tell y'all before? If that baby mama terrorist is on life support, you go run the court and get custody on the grounds that she's unable to take care of the child automatically. You know, if she's on lockdown in jail, you go run the court and you get sole custody. If she put her hands on you, pop up at your house, she smack you in the face, you don't swing back. You call the police and lock her ass up and go run for emergency custody. Now, let's be real, y'all. What he did seems like a baby mama terrorist move. And the reason why I say that, because these baby mama terrorists do this shit all the time. They get you locked up for a false allegation, and then what? Restraining order. Then what? Go to court. Then what? Sole custody, primary custody. Now you gotta spend money to prove that she didn't, that she lied and it's not true. And when they find out that she lied, they just dismiss it, throw it under the bus. But you ain't seen your kids in over 6 months, a year, whatever. Now you ain't been seeing your kids, or if you have, it was under supervision for 2 or 3 hours. And by that time, there's more manipulation and your daddy ain't shit and everything else. So we're gonna take this dude to trial because the tables are turned. And he did some baby mama terrorist shit. Unfortunately, she did pass away in jail, but that's the sheriff's fault. That's the CO's fault. So, and the thing about it is, y'all need to take heed to this, because this is how we gotta do it. We gotta keep our veins cold. We can't fall for that. This my baby mama, this my son's mother and shit. He did not press charges the first time. He had a girlfriend. 9 out of 10, she knows she's a baby mama terrorist in the future, or a baby mama terrorist, and she put him on game. Hey, call the police and tell them you want to press charges and put her in jail. Fuck that. He didn't do it on his own, so most likely she was in his ear, because she know the baby mama terrorist move, because she probably won anyway, her mama won. And he called back and told them, hey, I want to press charges, because at first he didn't do it. Now, mind you, in the beginning, he went to jail when she was pregnant. Well, he didn't go to jail. She called the police because he was trespassing, doing the same shit. Popped over there, they called the police, and she did not press charges, wanted him to get the fuck on. But then the tables turned around. He called the police. And he had the kid. He had the baby. How he got the baby, I forgot, but we're going to see it. And she came over. He called the police, trespass, popping up. The police couldn't make him take the baby and give it to her. So, and he basically played it all the way. These baby mama terrorists been doing it for so long. Black brothers, white brothers, they do this all the time. False allegations, set you up to be emotional. You get in your feelings, you go over there, act a fool, you go to jail, restraining order. You don't see your kids now. You got to prove that you fit, that you're not mentally unstable and all that shit. And then, even though they found out all these lies that she did, you still paying that child support. You still ain't seen your kid. You got every other weekend and that Wednesday for a couple of hours, bullshit. So yeah, the tables turn. Now, you already know these baby mama terrorists supporting these feminist motherfuckers will sit back and say, he wrong. He shouldn't have did that. He evil. He bullshit. But when there's a baby mama terrorist do it is, well, he should have picked better. Well, he shouldn't have got up with her. He should have known who he was dealing with. He should have kept his pants zipped. All this bullshit. So that's why I say we're going to take him to trial and see, is he wrong for doing what he did. We're going to definitely put this dude to trial. And then I'm going to do a panel because I want to know y'all thoughts, because somebody here might say, nah, he was wrong. And I want to know why he's wrong. And I want to know why he's right. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to put him to trial. You can't make this shit up. But like I told y'all before, Motherfuckers on life support. Motherfuckers intubated and all that shit. Motherfuckers locked up in jail. Motherfuckers lost their leg and they got to crawl to the crib. And about the time they get to the crib, the kids be by themselves for 20 hours. You run that motherfucking court to get emergency custody. You have to keep your veins cold because they keep their veins cold, saying your ass up a failure. Now you saying you touched the kid and you beat their ass and shit. They treacherous motherfuckers. And we can't go in there with our feelings about that's not the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do, because that's what set us all up for failure now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about this. The reason why I'm not talking about the Moist Twatkins simp enforcement for the day, because Minister Jap did a third video on him. So I am gonna do content on that simp and sucker this week, and possibly have Jap on here to interview to talk about him simp enforcing, because this dude actually responded back to Jap like I told you. Then he called out the Black Manosphere and called out some other people, and a lot of people getting his ass. Even when I went on his YouTube, a lot of people that support him said, hey man, you need to just stay in your lane and stick to showing people how to make money and invest, because what you're doing, you looking like a fool, and the game changed. It ain't like it used to be. It's not like back in the day. It is what it is. I even saw females telling him, man, you need to move around because you looking like a fool. No lie. He's looking like a laughing stock. So yeah, he better stick to making his YouTube videos about money and some other shit. But everybody's going at his head. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that he got to use the word coon and the white supremacy as a scapegoat, a shame tactic. Nobody give a fuck about you saying that shit, nigga. Nobody give a fuck. At least I don't give a fuck about you saying that shit. That's the first. You know that's what these fake ass black pros are quick to do. They're quick to say sell out and hate black women and your mama black and all that shit. Coon, nigga lover and dancing the jig and all that fuck shit. They quick to tell you that shit. That's how they try to dismiss it. But nah, truth is the truth. And I told y'all when it's all said and done, they can't handle the truth. They don't like the truth. You fucked up. You did some simp enforcement shit. You was on a friend zone for 20, 30 years. And then when she did what the fuck she wanted to do, live her life to the fullest, alienate the other father who actually was the father, she decided to come back to you. And now that she back with you, you walk the kid to school, and the father who should be walking to school ain't allowed to. And hopefully that brother that came on here and mentioned that, he actually find out who the guy is so he could talk to him, and then I'm gonna have him on the show. And we're gonna definitely dissect that shit, because I'm gonna definitely find out about this. She's a baby mama Tess, y'all, and this sucker ass nigga walking the kid to school knowing that the father wanna be there, but he's not allowed to. So not only did you be a 20-year friend zone waiting to exhale, motherfucker decided to be a simp enforcer to the max, leaving the father out the picture because she said so. You know what I say when these simp enforcers come in the bitch's defense. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. Yeah, we're gonna talk. Matter of fact, that was yoga. It was yoga. So hopefully you can talk to them and find out he's gonna come on my platform. We're gonna get him on other platforms and expose that motherfucker for what she is and what the fuck he is. A simp enforcer and another baby mama terrorist. Ooh, you can't make this shit up. But you know, we'll come with these simp enforcers coming to a bitch's defense. You know, they tend to do that.
Ain't no sunshine when she goes.
That's why he waited the 20 fucking years to get back around somebody he thought that's the only thing he could get. You can't make this shit up. But before we get this shit started, and yes, it'll be between either Wednesday or Friday, we're gonna talk about this goofy mob. Want to give a shout out to Yoga for ATL. Want to give a shout out to Aware Penguin. Want to give a shout out to Lorenzo Davis. He said Happy Memorial Day, Mr. Palmer. Yeah, oh yeah. Happy holidays, y'all, too. I don't celebrate these holidays, just another day to me. But, you know, for those that do, happy holidays to y'all brothers and the sisters that's up in here. Appreciate y'all tuning in on this holiday, because y'all could be at somebody's crib eating their barbecue. Want to give a shout out to Quincy X, the homie Brandon, John Doe up in the building, JJ Green. We got Bill Bob up in here. We got Supreme 10. We got Maurice from over east, Chicago. We got Perfect Blackness. My man Perfect Blackness up in the building, also from Chicago. My boy MPI up in the building. We got the kid's dad. We got None of Your Business up in here. We got 8-0 from overseas. We got Hologram all over the place. Shout out to him. We got Diz up in here. That's the man with no kids that say he's a virgin. He say, shit, it ain't worth me giving my dick to a bitch. I ain't even mad at you, fam. I ain't even mad at you at all. Let me give you that that you dig right here. Now, back in the day, let's be real, y'all. We'll be like, man, you still a virgin, boo? This day and age, salute to you, fam. Salute to you one more time. And he still watch the show where we talk about. You can't make this shit up. Want to give a shout out to Charles D. Want to give a shout out to Daniel Williams, Marvin Smith. We got the Bill 5000 up in the building. We got the Steel Curtain that's in the building. He was over there on the lead attorney yesterday. I was on there, man. You talking about some baby mama terrorists. This motherfucker say, I don't see how the father don't be in the picture and this and that. Come to find out, she alienate the nigga out the picture because her father said so, Simba Forcer. And a baby mama terrorist. No, Diz, we ain't saying you hate women. You just saying you're not stupid enough to give them your pipe and then get caught some bullshit you can't get out of. I understand, brother. You don't know me no no explanation. I'm glad. I appreciate it. He ain't got no kids. He ain't got no sex or nothing. You do what you got to do, live your life, and you find somebody worthy, you handle that. And even then, you make a sign that prenup contract or whatever you got to do, get a second still. And if you don't want kids at all, go ahead and get that V. You can always reverse it. I ain't mad at you. But yeah, man. And shout out to everybody that's up in here, man. We got 86. We got 90 up in here now. We got 56 likes. Let's definitely get them likes up. And anybody want to donate, you could definitely do the super chat. And y'all been on the road with that. That'd be appreciated. You know, me living on the couch and rumble child, but I need all the help I can get so I can expand this shit. Please like, and we get these likes so we can put this shit in the algorithm and put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Cash App right there on the bottom, Mr. Palmer, D4S. D4S means do for self. Yeah. The only difference between the Cash App and the Super Chat, I appreciate it all. Beggars can't be choosy. But, you know, YouTube do get 30 or 40% of the motherfuckers. So, you know what I mean. Want to give a shout out to the Steel Curtain for the $5 Super Chat already. I appreciate you, my brother. Salute to the baby mama Terry's bounty hunters. And like I said, you can't make this shit up. Jason Johnson from the East Coast up in the building. You can't make this shit up, though. But we're going to watch this on the news. This happened some years ago. I believe it was 11 years ago. Like I said, she went to jail. Boyfriend pressed charges. She couldn't afford to get out on bail. The guards didn't take her seriously when she said she was sick. She died in jail. The family couldn't even afford to bury her. They didn't have insurance on her. And the father basically reaped the benefits because he ended up getting full custody. He ended up suing the county jail for $13 million. He got everything he wanted. Just like these baby mama tends to get everything they want. So we finna definitely dissect this shit. It's about, 9.5 minutes. Not too long. This is from the news. And we definitely gonna definitely talk about this. This dude on trial, man. We're gonna see if he's innocent or guilty. We definitely gonna see if he's innocent or guilty, man. This her right here, and let's get this shit started.
7 years ago, Namali Henry, a young mother, died in the St. Bernard jail suffering from a rare but treatable illness. Back in March, 4 of her jailers were sent to prison, but to Namali's family, justice has not been served.
The family says others who had a hand in Namali's death have yet to be held accountable. Equally disturbing to them, they say the others are trying to capitalize financially on their loss, leaving them feeling exploited and powerless.
Now, what she just said is the family, which is the family of the daughter that died, they saying that basically the father's reaping the benefits, using it, getting over, and they not getting nothing out of it. That's basically what they saying. I want y'all to hear that again. And I'm telling you, that dude went all the way around, all the way around 360 degrees on this shit.
7 years ago, Namali Henry, a young mother, died in the St. Bernard jail suffering from a rare but treatable illness. Back in March, 4 of her jailers were sent to prison, But to Namali's family, justice has not been served.
The family says others who had a hand in Namali's death have yet to be held accountable. Equally disturbing to them, they say the others are trying to capitalize financially on their loss, leaving them feeling exploited and powerless. In this exclusive interview, Namali's family opens up to investigative reporter Mike Pearlstein.
This is her in the stripes. This her in the stripes. What's up, Julius Mays? This her in the stripes. Now, I don't know why all the other ones wearing all white. Maybe because she knew, I don't know. But she don't know them the stripes. And of course, this big motherfucker right here is one of the CEOs. She was hollering, she was saying she was sick. Let's go.
When I think about my sister's last hours, days, it just makes me crazy.
Namali was a 19-year-old mom when she died of a rare but treatable blood disorder after 10 days inside of the St. Bernard Parish prison. Denied a trip to the hospital, denied the medicine that would have saved her life.
I still have a hard time to sleep. I just can't understand how people could be so wicked.
Mocked by jailers who accused her of faking her illness, put in an isolation cell, passing out repeatedly as other inmates urged deputies to help. Namali died on April 1st, 2014. It took 7 tense years, but in March, 4 of the former St. Bernard Sheriff's deputies who were responsible for Namali were sentenced in connection with her death.
I don't want them to suffer from it, but I want them to actually have a change in heart.
Now, he say he don't want the officers to suffer. He want them to change their mindset, I guess. And the thing is, I don't know why I be hearing, especially black dudes, sit back and say, I forgive. I don't want them to do no time. I just want them to just see the life and be nice and change their ways. Evil motherfucker ain't finna change their motherfucking ways. Now, they did all this bullshit. 4 people, I thought it was 8, but it was 4. 4 motherfuckers did not give a fuck about her being sick, didn't take her serious, and yet, it happened in Louisiana. And my boy Quincy says 50 minutes from him in New Orleans. Now, mind you, they could have helped her. And all she needed was some medicine that would have saved her life. As far as I'm concerned, they killed her. They at fault. Of course. And this brother gonna say, well, I don't want to do no time. I don't want them to suffer. I just want them to just change their ways and see what's right. Them motherfuckers ain't finna change their motherfucking ways. And if we act like that's how these baby mama tears get over, because they play off our emotions, trying to be right, trying not to make it worse than it had to be and everything else. Nah, bitches, I want them in jail. I want them to suffer like she did. And that's why I say you gotta keep the veins cold. No mercy, no pity, goddammit. You can't talk this I forgive bullshit. No, you don't forgive. Now, if you gotta forgive so you could be at ease and you get out of that hate zone and shit, that's one thing. But you don't forgive for them. Fuck all that. Let's hear this shit bullshit again.
Former St. Bernard Sheriff's deputies who were responsible for Namali were sentenced in connection with her death.
I don't want them to suffer from it, but I want them to actually have a change in heart.
Fuck that. So as you see right here, the names, Andre Dominic, he got 60 months for civil rights violation. That's 5 years, of course. Timothy Williams, 57 months, civil rights violation. Oh, see that? Lisa Vaccarella, 21 months, lying to the FBI. Deborah Beckneal, I guess, 3 months for lying to the FBI. Of course, the women gonna get less time, of course. And they get the big ass bulk of the shit. And she get 21 months and she get 3 months. Well, 3 months, that ain't shit. And they gonna look out for these motherfuckers in jail or put them in a whole nother area. You know what I mean? Yeah, the white chicks get off easy. That's what I'm saying, man. I told you, you can do the same motherfucking crime, but you won't do the same motherfucking time. And that's why I say gender bias is not just child support, but that's one of the biggest shit, child support and having custody of your kid or equal custody. But when it comes to going to jail, them motherfuckers do 3, 4, 5 months, if that, and you get 5, 6 years. It was a story I did a while back where the baby mama terrorist killed the daughter. The civil enforcer helped her put the kid away and hide and all that shit. He got more time than she did, and she planned to initiate the shit. You can't make this shit up. That's why I say that a female teacher molest a student, probation. A male teacher molest a student or fuck a student, oh man, 50 years. You can't make this shit up. That's why I say, man, that's why I say, you gotta be careful, man. You try to help out these low-life ass baby mama terrorists, they gonna get away with it, play victim, and you the one gonna be blamed. They gonna say you made them do it and shit, and they gonna go for it. But like I said, let's continue. Just take heed of this. 60 months, 57 months for them two, 21 months, 3 months for these two motherfuckers. Shit. Let's continue.
But there's a lot more to the sequence of events that landed this high school senior in jail. Molly had just given birth to a baby girl, Elijah, 4 months earlier. She had already split up with the girl's father, Nicholas.
Now, your business said this story is an example of racism, superseding female privileges, not a male versus female story. It is when it comes to the time. When it comes to the time, it is a male versus male female. When you talking about the scenario that happened to the mother, yeah, it's Klan, 100% Klan. But I'm talking about with the time. All of them should have got the same time, 50 months, 60 months. Shouldn't have been no 21 months and 3 months. So yeah, it was Klan related, man. Yeah, they didn't give a fuck about her. Yeah, it was race related. What I'm saying is, when it comes to the time, even when a white dude and a white woman do some racist shit, the woman get less time than the motherfucking guy, and she the one who orchestrated the shit. So it's two things in here. It ain't just a race thing. It's definitely a male versus female in this story, man. But like I said, they all should have got the same amount of time. They all should have got the same amount of time. Not no 3 months and all that shit. I don't give a fuck if they lied or not. Shit, that's federal. You know what I'm saying? Lying to the FBI. Shit. Let's continue.
Honors after a troubled relationship.
He would often try to stop by the house. There was a time where even they had to try to get a restraining order.
Molly was 33 weeks pregnant when she called police after an altercation that left her cell phone broken and her earrings yanked from her ears. The police report shows she declined to press charges. Things went very differently.
Now you see, she pressed charges. Now that was the father you saw standing there, popping up over there. She was pregnant, stalking. They say he was stalking. She called the police, but she didn't. As you see, she didn't pursue any charges. Now let's go on the other way around. Check it out.
Charges. Things went very differently 5 months later. Molly had just been released from the hospital when she tried to get her baby, who is now 4 months old. This video and a police report show that Connors had already taken up with a new girlfriend, Chelsea Lefebvre. They had the baby and gave Molly the address. But when she arrived, there was a skirmish. Connors called for the police.
I feel like that was a pure setup move. Now, he ended up getting the baby while she was still in the hospital. How that happened, I don't know. Maybe she gave him permission, go ahead and take the baby because I'm gonna be here long or whatever. But he already got a girlfriend. He called her over there to see the baby. I guess she thought she was coming to get the baby. And of course, they said, nah, you ain't getting the baby. She got mad, acted a fool, lashed out, and they took the opportunity to call the police, just like she called the police on him. But we're going to see the difference between what she did and what he did.
Who is now 4 months old. This video and a police report show that Connors had already taken up with a new girlfriend, Chelsea Lefebvre. They had the baby and gave Namali the address, but when she arrived, there was a skirmish. Connors called for the police.
I feel like they pretty much trapped her into a situation.
But later, after Namali went home without her baby, Connors called the sheriff's office and said he had changed his mind. He wanted Namali arrested.
Now you see, at first, he didn't want to press charges. He went home, she went home, and I guess his girlfriend said, hell nah, fuck that. Go ahead and get her locked up. We could do X, Y, Z. 9 times out of 10, she put it in his ear. See, when he said he didn't want to press charges, he looked at it as, that's my kid's mother. I don't want to see her in jail. We do got a kid together. But somebody was in his ear. And you already know who was in his ear, that girlfriend. Because I don't know if she got kids, but maybe her mama's a baby mama terrorist, or she be around baby mama terrorists. She probably told him, hey man, you got the ups on her, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Call and say you change your mind, you want to pursue charges, and there you go.
I believe she had the bracelet from the hospital still on her wrist at the time of being arrested.
It could have been stopped immediately, but obviously they wanted her to go to jail.
Namali's bail on 3 relatively minor charges was set at $25,000, more than her family could afford. Judge John Juneau has never responded to our calls for an explanation of the bail amount.
Which I found out it was $25,000.
Afford. Judge John Juneau.
This is the judge that got her $25,000 just for that minor crime. Very, it was minor. But she charged her for bail $25,000. And you know what happens if you don't have the money to get out on bail, or you can't get, you don't have no other means to do it. What happens? You stay in jail way longer than you would have had if you would have got some type of time. She shouldn't have been in there that long, but when you don't have the money, you're gonna be in there for years. And a lot of people go through this now. It's definitely about poor and rich. She knew they ain't had the money, and that's why she jacked up to $25,000. And they gonna put it together because they said, well, she got charged with this, the highest it's ever been for that crime. But check this out.
No, has never responded to our calls for an explanation of the bail amount.
Which I found out it was $25,000. And I was just like, oh my God.
In our previous stories, we documented that the bail Juneau set on Namali's charges, simple battery, disturbing the peace, unauthorized entry, was the highest amount set for those offenses, and even more serious ones, of any judge in any case in that parish all of that year.
Now, like he said, that's the highest since 2014 for some that basically petty. No, our family, it was 25,000. No, they could not come with it. Yeah, the 2,500. No, they could not come up with it. No, they could not come up with it. Nope, they could not come up with it. They did not have $2,500. And right here, simple battery, disturbing the peace, unauthorized entry. So that means I guess she tried to break in, or she pushed her way in. Still wasn't worth $25,000. It wasn't. But check this out.
All of that year. That same month, Juneau set bail at $10,000 on a man booked with disturbing the peace and a far more serious charge of aggravated battery. In August, she set bail at $13,000 on a man booked on the exact same charges as Namali, even though that man had prior arrests compared to Namali's clean record.
I want y'all to see that again. Now with dude, both of these guys are men. $13,000 for disturbing the peace, simple battery, unauthorized entry. $13,000. Go back to this one. It's $10,000 for another man. You know what it seems like to me? It seems like she's the opposite of how these judges are. This judge are for men for some reason. That's what it seemed like to me. Because when it comes to the men doing the same crime, she said 10,000 at 13. When it comes to the female, it came to $25,000. That don't that sound like some gender bias shit right there though? That don't sound. Two men did the same shit, and one of them had priors of doing the same shit. But this is a judge that's basically against a woman for some reason. And oh yeah, and Candy asked, did the mother have a criminal record? Nope, she did not have a criminal record. And that's what I'm saying. They charged her with $25,000. Dude who had to pay $13,000, his bill was $13,000. He had a prior for the same shit. And this dude right here, $10,000 for doing the same shit. And the judge did this. He none of your business said sound like racism. I can't say that if you got two men, I don't know what color they are, but two men getting less bond. But then when it comes to the woman, she got the highest bond in history since 2014, and she had no pride. I can't say, you know, I can't say that's racism on that. It seemed like it's gender bias only because she let two men and then one had a prior. I don't know their color, but it seems like it's more of a man-woman thing. Ain't that what these judges do when you go to court? They give you the bullshit and treat her like she ain't did nothing. She's innocent and a victim, and she's scared of you, and they make it happen for her. But it seems like on here, the table has turned. So they treat her like a deadbeat dad, piece of shit, and look out for men. That's from what I'm seeing. Let's continue.
And a far more serious charge of aggravated battery. In August, she set bail at $13,000 on a man booked on the exact same charges as Namali, even though that man had prior arrests compared to Namali's clean record.
Somebody needs to look into why the judge gave that high bond.
Barry Bernatus is a former FBI analyst. He's the whistleblower who first alerted federal authorities to look into Namali's death. During that time, months after Namali died, he said he received text messages that alarmed him.
Right after I started looking into the case, I got text messages from Judge Juno asking me to come meet with her. And all those text messages were given to the FBI.
Judge Juno isn't the only figure who has maintained a 7-year silence about this case. St. Bernard Sheriff Jimmy Pullman has repeatedly declined to comment. But that wasn't always the case. When I first started investigating this case, Sheriff Pullman came here to the WWLTV station here on Rampart. He urged us not to do a story, saying that Damali Henry died of natural causes and any allegations to the contrary were being pushed by a political rival. Well, the federal probe...
Now that right there, some bullshit. It wasn't no political shit. The motherfucking COs did not do their job. When she said she was sick, they should have took her to the hospital. They used that bullshit talking about you faking and everything because the motherfucker, they didn't want to do their jobs. Whether it was because she was black, whether because she was a woman, a black woman, I don't know. Either way, they did some fuck shit. I think it was Klan when it came to that. They didn't want to do their fucking job because of who she was. Now, I'm going to go back up to what None of Your Business said. He said, you force-feeding the narrative from a video I gave you. I didn't get this video from you. I found this video this morning when I was looking up another baby mama terrorist. If you send me this, then that means I wasn't paying attention. I got this video this morning when I was just searching around for some videos. So I don't know about force-feeding the narrative. Like I said, when they didn't want to do their job when she was locked up saying she was sick, I think it was some Klan shit. But when this puss-ass judge let two dudes get a cheaper bail, I think it's gender bias, just like they do with us in the courtroom when it comes to us. I'm not going to say it's racist unless they can prove she got some racist allegations going on in the past, but I'm not going to say it's racist on that. And I did just say it was some bullshit. They try to say her death is some politically motivated. No. Them motherfuckers fucked up and they got caught in their shit. I want to give a shout out to Splatterhouse for the $5 donation. He said, wouldn't surprise me if the bill got jacked up because the chick was mouthing off to the judge on some contempt of court type shit. Hey, never know. Shout out to you, my brother. We got hologram for the $2 donation. Shout out to the Swirlers. Level up, Smarty. Stupid. Let's continue, man.
Has not to do a story saying that Damali Henry died of natural causes and any allegations to the contrary were being pushed by a political rival. While the federal probe into Damali's death proceeded slowly, other things moved quickly. In May 2014, LaFab called the police to complain that Connors was harassing her after they broke up. In June, Connors went to court to file succession papers, claiming Damali's property and asserting himself as the baby's sole custodian.
Now you saw what the father did. He went there and took basically sole custody of the baby because she locked up. She's not getting out no time soon. He's been having the baby since the baby was born. He basically took the advantage of what he saw and ran with it.
In May 2014, LaFab called the police to complain that Connors was harassing her after they broke up. In June, Connors went to court to file succession papers, claiming Damali's property and asserting himself as the baby's sole custodian. And in January of 2015, he filed this wrongful death lawsuit against the sheriff's office on behalf of his daughter.
So not only did he get sole custody, he got sole custody. He ended up filing a lawsuit against the sheriffs for $13 million.
To file succession papers, claiming Damali's property and asserting himself as the baby's sole custodian. And in January of 2015, he filed this wrongful death lawsuit against the sheriff's office on behalf of his daughter. The suit asked for $13 million in damages.
We couldn't even have Elijah for the funeral. We couldn't take her with us.
Other than a
you heard what the sister said? They couldn't even take the body with them. They weren't even able to see her. The father just finessed the whole damn game around. Ain't that usually what these baby mama terrors do? When y'all get caught up on a false allegation, she get put you on a restraining order. The judge granted. And then she run back to court asking for sole custody, primary custody, because he's unfit to get any type of visitation. And then they approve that shit off top. This is basically the same thing. The only difference is she died in jail. And this dude is suing the county jail for her death on behalf of the daughter. So yeah, he trying to reap the benefit all the way around from her death. I want y'all to see this shit again.
Allegations to the contrary were being pushed by a political rival. While the federal probe into Damali's death proceeded slowly, other things moved quickly. In May 2014, LaFab called the police to complain that Connors was harassing her after they broke up. In June, Connors went to court to file succession papers, claiming Damali's property and asserting himself as the baby's sole custodian. And in January of 2015, he filed this wrongful death lawsuit against the sheriff's office on behalf of his daughter. The suit asked for $13 million in damages.
We couldn't even have Elijah for the funeral. We couldn't take her with us.
Other than a chance encounter at the dentist's office by Damali's grandmother, the family says they have never been given an opportunity to see Elijah.
And he said to me, well, you will never see Elijah. So he told me from his own mouth, I will never see Elijah.
They couldn't be seen enough for us. It's been 7 years. I haven't seen my niece. I haven't held her, nothing.
We want you in our lives so bad it hurts.
Kerwin Walters, Damali's uncle, lives in California. He has a daughter the same age as the niece he has never met. Early on, he texted Nicholas and Nicholas's parents who are raising the child. As you can see, his request for a meeting went from friendly to despondent. At one point, they promised a meeting, but never showed up, leaving Walters waiting for hours. But Connors and the family raising Elijah have hardly been quiet. They are behind a website called Justice for Namali. The site updates the criminal case, raises money for billboards, and advocates for criminal justice reform.
Now, not only that, this dude and the girlfriend made a website. This the father and the girlfriend. But we just gonna say the father because he the one got custody. But I'm sure he got that motherfucker in his ear. This dude did a website. They did this, not her family. They did this. Join us in demanding justice from Namali Henry on behalf of her daughter. Namali Henry suffered a horrendous death at the hands of the St. Bernard Parish Sheriff's Office in Chalmette, Louisiana. And they wanted donations. Ain't that like what these baby mama tears do when they go to GoFundMe's and we need help because my son who was killed by my Civil Force, a boyfriend, we need help and all that shit. Don't they do something similar with the GoFundMe? That sounds like one of them GoFundMe moves. This dude actually got a website. And then look.
Justice for Namali. The site updates the criminal case.
Talk about the criminal case, the donation accounting. Got a billboard that went up 9/21/2020. Damn, that was just some months ago. 9/21/2020. Donation total $2,348.42. PayPal fees $115.29. Net donations $2,233.13. Total expenses billboard for 1 month. Damn, that's a lot of money. $25.85.25. T-shirts, quantity of 12, $260.49. Total spent $28.45.74. Damn.
Raises money for billboards and advocates for
And then he uses the daughter to be the face of this website. Got the shirt on, got a face looking all innocent, smiling. Be a hero. A hero to me is someone who is brave and bold in the face of injustice. Namali Henry. That sounds like what Black Lives Matter did, ain't it? Using unarmed black men for to get their $90 million and buy 3 homes and Cadillac commercials and everything else. That it seems just like a Black Lives Matter movement. Off of somebody who was done unjust. Or someone who was done unjust. Baby Mama Terrence movement, Black Lives Matter movement. You can't make this shit up, y'all. And it's a guy. This the father. We ain't never heard no shit like this. Never. Because what usually happens? What usually happens is the other way around, and these baby mama tears, these fake ass queens and these fake ass feminists get to reap the benefits off the man's death or the child's death. But in this situation, the table turned all the way around. All the way around. I want to give a shout out to Quincy N. Moore for the $20 donation for Judge Under Investigation. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to him for the cash app. Damn. Let's continue.
Criminal justice reform.
Now you're promoting Black Lives Matter, but Namali's life didn't matter when you called the police and sent her to jail.
Even the uncle said he's promoting Black Lives Matter. I just told you. Just told you. That's the uncle. That's the lady that died, the mother that died, uncle. Whew.
That's the criminal case, raises money for billboards, and advocates for criminal justice reform.
Now you're promoting Black Lives Matter, but Namali's life didn't matter when you called the police and sent her to jail.
Do you think that it's an attempt to fool people into thinking that it's you and your family?
But of course, they were asking for money at a time where we're fighting for justice.
My request for an interview with Nicholas Connors and his family was denied. However, their attorney emailed a statement that reads, in part, we ask that you respect our privacy regarding our interfamily matter. We are hopeful that a reconciliation takes place in the future when the trauma on all sides is properly dealt with. Before the deputies were sentenced by U.S. District Judge Ivan Lamel, he heard victim impact statements. One by one, over 2 days, Amali's relatives offered heartbreaking accounts of their pain and loss.
Our side of the family does not exist, but you're going to reap and try to reap a significant benefit from that loss.
This court transcript shows the judge asking about that request more than $300,000.
That's what Nimali died for they to have money.
Judge Lamel pointed out that restitution law in this kind of case only provides for concrete expenses, such as a funeral. Have been expenses that could be covered under the law, starting with burial, funeral. How much did Nicholas and his family pay?
None.
And it's obvious that she didn't have no insurance because they had to scramble to afford for a proper funeral. The burial plot was donated.
That was Mike Holstein reporting, and the Connors family did say in a statement in part, quote, it is a complicated, multi-layered issue, and we feel it's detrimental to Nimali's daughter to discuss the details in the media. Everything we do in all aspects of our life, including this fight for justice, we do for her and for Nimali. The attorney added that any money from a lawsuit must be placed in a trust for Nimali's daughter, and, quote, any allegations that her guardians are motivated by personal financial gain are not grounded in the facts or the law.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. But I want none of your business to come up in here because he asking about, or he's saying that my family ain't the descendants of slaves. So I want you to come in. You tell me about what my background or what my family got to do with the descendants of slaves for. Let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? So come on in and tell me what you're talking about. I get it. You say it isn't male versus female. That message, that black women, you black first. I know I'm black first, bro. But come on in. Let's talk about it. I don't do reading messages like that. Come tell me so I can get a clear understanding because I don't want to assume nothing. You know, I don't even let a baby mama tears out. You come on in and talk to me. You've been on here a couple times. And anybody else want to chime in? And let's get a clear understanding of what you mean. Because I really don't know what my background of ancestors being ADOS got to do with anything about this topic. School me. So come on in, let's holler. Anybody else want to come in and give me your thoughts on this? Like I said, the father finessed them all the way around. The father did the same thing these baby mama Terrence does. And look like he's going to reap the benefits all the way around just like a baby mama Terrence does. And like I said, when that woman got locked up, he didn't want to press charges. Somebody went in his ear, just like a baby mama Terry's mother do. They press charges. And the mama say, put that nigga on child support, put that dude on child support. And they go on and do it, or somebody in the ear. And then he decided to get her locked up in jail. He got full custody. She died. Now he do a lawsuit, basically a Black Lives Matter movement type shit, a GoFundMe type shit. And and they didn't have no money to bury her. They didn't get nothing out of it, anything. Yeah, Jacob Blake. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, what you mean about my family could not be ADOS?
I'm asking, man. I'm asking. You sending a large amount of signals that I didn't pick up on until just now. So I'm asking that directly.
You ask, is my family ADOS?
Well, descendants of American slaves, that's correct.
My grandma, yeah, I am. What about it?
Oh, so on your grandmother's side you are?
Yeah, what about it?
What about on the other side of your family? Where do they come from?
Same thing.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound too confident to me. But when you go to your Facebook page, really, you go to your post.
I don't understand what the purpose is. So
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Because as a descendant of American slaves, the legacy that you carry is the fact that racism and white supremacy is the narrative. Everything else is secondary to that. Everything else is secondary to that. This little manosphere, MGTOW, regurgitated mess that's going on here with the analysis of this is completely wrong. There is no black man in America who could do the exact same thing this white man did.
But I don't give a fuck about the MGTOW and the red pill, all that shit. I don't. This ain't.
But this is an obvious situation where racism is trumping gender, and you're not seeing that.
Wait, say that again.
This is an obvious situation where racism is trumping gender. Do you not see that?
So because wait a minute, let me ask you this. So you telling me because I said that when it came to the bail money, and I said two guys, it was 10,000, 13, she got 25, and I said gender bias. You telling me that my family couldn't be from ADOS because I made that conclusion?
No, you're trying to zoom into a specific point in order to.
I'm asking you a question.
No.
I'm asking a question.
No. Then my answer is no. Then my answer is no.
So what was the point?
Then my answer is no.
Okay. What was the point of you saying that?
My point is, first of all, the do for selferism thing is a problematic for me because I have two rules when it comes, three rules when it comes down to evaluating people. One, if you're a Christian, you're full of shit. Two, if you talk about black people and you don't specify that you're talking about descendants of American slaves, when you talk, you're full of shit. The other thing is when you try to advocate for bootstrap anti-gravity levitation, also known as do for selferism, you're also full of shit. What actually descendants of American slaves need is reparations to fix all this shit. The reason why, think about the bail money. Think about the bail money. The reason why she couldn't pay the bail money is because her family collectively didn't have $2,500 in order to give her. That wasn't just her. That was her entire family who didn't have that money. Why do you think that is? That could never happen in a reverse situation. You know why? One of the basic reasons why is because white people own $100 trillion of wealth and their wealth distribution is better than ours. So that means the median white family has about $100,000. That's in total assets. That means that they could go pawn their car or get a title loan on it. That means that they could go get money from somebody who has about $500 or $600 left over. Not to mention the fact that the bail is already going to be reduced by the time that they actually get issued it. Right, which they already proved in the video with the bail money as compared to other people, right? A white woman who is going through the exact same situation would probably not even be arrested, even if she actually assaulted the black woman, right? Much less on hearsay. So this situation is not a situation of, the baby mama terrorist. We're talking about a dead teenage woman who never got to see her child, right? That's what we're talking about here. We're labeling her a baby mama terrorist. No. See, this is where this whole narrative falls completely apart.
No.
Where it falls apart.
Hey, don't cut him off. Let him talk, and then I'm gonna.
It's where this whole narrative falls apart because a black couple, a black guy who just got a black female girlfriend could not do the exact same thing to a white woman who came over to his house. The police would not arrest her. They would not have helped them out in getting custody of that half-white child. And they damn sure would not have treated that white woman the exact same way when she was in prison. Now, so far as you getting this video, the beautiful thing is It's all posted. So if you go to Facebook and you go to your Mr. Palmer Facebook site and you go to post, there's a post directly from me on May 28th with this actual story. So that's where you got it from.
Nah, bro.
So we can play this little game all we want to, dude. And you're like, well, my pet. Listen. We talk about this. We talk about.
I let you talk. I didn't cut you off.
Okay, go ahead. Talk. Go ahead.
I don't. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Now you say do for self. You say anybody say do for self is a what?
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's full of shit. Let me say it straight.
Okay.
Anybody who says that is full of shit.
Fine. Because what does do for self mean to you?
Do for self means to me is that you're ignoring the institutional problems of our society. You're ignoring that entirely. Black incarceration rates is not a personal situation. It is set up to be that way. There is a prison industrial complex that has an actuarial department that has a calculation of how many black men they're going to house over the next 5 to 10 years. That's in their financial projections, right? That's in their financial projections. And they basically evaluate that every single year. It is not a situation of personal faults in that situation.
Okay. Now, let's get back to do for self. Now, you say do for self. You telling me, do you know where do for self came from?
You tell me, educate me. Where did it come from?
Let me ask you this. Okay, let me change this narrative around. What you think about Louis Farrakhan?
Why does that matter?
What do you think about Louis Farrakhan? You like him? Is he a sellout bootleg?
There's multiple aspects to Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan is a 60-year-old man with a long life. So if you're talking about Louis Farrakhan as in his possible connections to Malcolm X's murder, that's one Louis Farrakhan. When you're talking about the Louis Farrakhan who is a leader of the Nation of Islam and their history, that's another situation. So you can't just dissect the man over one thing.
Don't cut him off. We're gonna put down this do for self. Okay. We're gonna go for Louis Farrakhan. What about Elijah Muhammad? Is he a bootleg?
Elijah Muhammad. You mean the guy who was a pedophile? You mean that guy?
I'm asking you a question, bro. Yes or
no? You mean the guy who was a pedophile? I don't fuck with him.
Yeah. He was a pedophile.
Exactly.
Right. So you got issue with Farrakhan and you got issue with.
I didn't say I had issues with Farrakhan. I said that in order to evaluate Farrakhan is different. You have to look at parts of his life. Right? He's an older man who's still living. He can still redeem himself from the situations that he's done. And the latter part of his life, I believe that a large amount of his message is redeemable. But you cannot assess a man and his life when he's still living it. So at the end of the day, I can assess portions of his life because it's very large and significant. But I can't sit up here and tell you I support Farrakhan 100% and disregard the earlier shit. I can't do that.
I didn't say you support
him. Because he took up a mantle that Malcolm X that was deemed for Malcolm X, and Malcolm X didn't take up that mantle because he drew a line with the situation with the girls, but Farrakhan took it up. So that's an evaluation there. But then later on in his life, his sort of positional situation to power, to white supremacy, is very well known, right? But at the same time, you still have to evaluate the system entirely. The Nation of Islam also had an opportunity to negotiate for land and territory separate from any other, almost like a Native American reservation. The Nation of Islam didn't necessarily go down that path fully, right? So there's stuff that you can evaluate. Just him as a person, him as a leader, him as a musician. Even you can do 1,001 analysis. I'm not going to evaluate a man who's still living. Once if he passes away, then I will assess his full life.
Here's the thing: do for self came from Louis Farrakhan, Nation of Islam, and the reason why he say do for self because when it comes to black people, we have the power. We need to stop. We need to stop going to the white man asking for favors and handouts when we as black people have the power to do for ourselves. So when you hear the term, when I say do for self, that's what I get it from, and that's what it means. I don't know about.
Well, on that.
On
that point,
almost 90 years old, bro. Come on now, stop it.
On
Louis Farrakhan, on that point,
hold on. I'm not going to answer everything you said. Also, that's where do for self came from. That's where do for self came from. As far as me,
he's full of shit too.
Okay, we full of shit. But that's where do for self came from. The same one who say separate ourselves from white folks, and we had the power to do for ourselves, not going to the white man. Another thing, as far as Facebook, on my Mr. Palmer page, I don't go on that motherfucker like that. I'm on YouTube.
All right,
and
there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
I'm not on Facebook. Everybody knows I don't fuck with Facebook like that no more. So I don't even.
It's just a happy coincidence then. I guess great minds think alike. There we go. Keep it rolling.
But what kills me, I've been hollering do for self since I've been on here, and you've been having an issue with it, and now you come with this because you got offended by what I said.
Because now we apply. No. Because now we're applying it, right? Now we're talking about a dead woman. Now we're talking about a dead black woman. Now we're talking about a potential Sandra Bland type situation, right? Leaving behind a child. Right? Yeah. Now it has context, right? So tell me how should she have done? How should she have done for herself?
Another thing. Hey, everybody that's been in here, did you see or hear or see me write down anything about her being a baby mama terrorist? Did I call her baby mama terrorist? I said mother.
Yeah, you did.
What did you hear, baby mama? When?
I heard that a couple of times during this broadcast.
No, I said baby mama terrorist. Yeah. I wasn't calling her no baby mama terrorist. If you, whenever you attack back and watch it, I did not. Time.
Sure.
Even in the title, I didn't put down BMT or baby mama terrorist. I don't know if she's a baby mama terrorist and a baby.
So let's cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chase. Who do you think? Who do you think is wrong in this situation?
I didn't cut you off when what I said the father did some baby mama terroristic shit. So how can I call her baby mama terrorist when he did shit? But
now we switching it.
No, what is you full of shit, fam? You went off getting your emotions.
Now you switching up the narrative.
You did.
You switching up the narrative. You switching up the narrative.
People saying you off topic, and I'm like, let them talk. Let them talk.
No, I don't care what other people say. You already know that.
I don't give a fuck what you say. So
okay, you don't have to. Okay. They quit riding my dick. How about that? Quit riding my dick. How about that?
Go with that faggot shit.
There we go. That's first of all. No, ain't no faggot shit. Ain't no faggot shit because you even have the Ain't No Sunshine shit going on at the same time. You got that from my Facebook page too. You got that from my Facebook page too, dude. So at the end of the day, you're one of these people who want to basically grift out of the black manosphere newly created environment. That's all you want to do. That's all you want to do. Now you try to switch up the entire narrative to I didn't call her baby mama terrorist. I didn't call her that. Get the fuck out of here. You started your program saying white supremacists, fuck white supremacy. Did you not? Did that not come out your mouth, or my ears just completely broken?
Wait a minute, it's still fuck white supremacy. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. So it doesn't exist, right? We shouldn't fight it. It doesn't actually exist. It doesn't affect black people life.
And this the shit I be talking about, y'all.
Hey, Mr. Park.
This dude getting his emotions went off about do for self, Facebook, and then talking about the video. That's what I'm saying.
He's trolling you, Mr. Palmer. He's trolling you, man.
Mr. Palmer. Hey, Mr. Palmer. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what?
You can't make this shit up, though.
You know what? I'm a
be a black man to do the same thing.
And he's still talking with the mic muted. And he's still talking. He went all the way on top with this bullshit about do for self.
No, I know the bullshit.
Show me a black man who could do the same thing.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in here. I mean, regardless to what happened with the baby mama dying in jail and the family reaping the benefits off that girl's death. I mean, you know, whatever. That's what black people do. I mean, you know, we always seem to reap off of somebody else's destruction. We always seem to benefit off of somebody else's downfall. This has been black. This has been black culture, man, from day one. And I'm gonna just say this too. As far as you talking about, you know, fuck do for self. Well, okay, I guess he gone now.
No, I killed him out.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, I want the nigga to stay on because I was enjoying it because the point.
Yo, where that nigga go, man?
You off. That's what women do. We don't do that shit here, man.
I get it. No. I get it. I mean, you know, I mean, regardless if he was or not, man. It's just all I'm simply saying is this: is the fact that, you know, I guess from what I can see in my own personal life, like I told my younger brothers, I'm like, you know, the biggest threat to any black man that has something is a black man who don't have shit. I stand a better chance of getting into a fight with another nigga trying to do something to me than I do the police. And I'm here in Akron, Ohio. I mean, pretty much all the motherfucking cops here in Akron ain't nothing but racist toward black folks. I mean, you see it all over the city. I mean, y'all can read the news and see what's going on here with all of the killings and shit with police here gunning down motherfuckers. But the thing about me is that, I don't have problems with the police here because I don't get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. But like I said before, like I told my younger brothers, I'm like, the biggest threat to any successful black man in this country is a black man who don't have shit. Like I had said during the whole George Floyd situation. I'm like, the bottom line is, I said, I can never understand this, and how we as a people of color, as Americans in this country, that will come together when a supposed racist white cop kills a black man, but yet whenever you got two black folks on a corner selling crack, or you got this nigga shoot this nigga, or all of this black on black crime, we don't never have nothing to say about it. I mean, so that's why whoever that dude was, okay, Mr. Palmer, I don't know if you done plagiarized this nigga's Facebook or whatever. I mean, it was kind of funny, but I mean, but see, but that's what I'm saying. And I think that this is why I believe, Mr. Palmer, the rest of the world laughs at the black community. This is why the rest of the world has turned their back on the black community, because everybody in the world except black folks know that black folks are full of shit, man. And I've been saying it for years. I'm like, we put a motherfucker, now all the motherfuckers on my job, they're like, Deshaun, you was right, man. They was like, man, Deshaun, you was right, man. Joe Biden don't give a fuck about us, man. And where's our Forbes stimulus check? And my mother ain't paid her rent in a year, and my mother about to get evicted. I'm like, what? You motherfuckers thought that you was gonna keep on living rent free during COVID? I said, no, them motherfucking landlords want their money. I said, and Joe Biden knows that motherfuckers are behind in their rent. Is he gonna give? Now, from what I read on one of my Microsoft News posts I pop up on my computer, there was a post that was going around saying that was mostly black folks that were saying they were demanding a $2,700 for stimulus. And guess what Joe Biden told the world? I ain't giving you niggas shit. If you motherfuckers can't pay y'all rent, too bad for y'all. And I said it. I said it when Joe Biden got offered. I said, man, Joe Biden don't give a fuck about you niggas. The Democratic Party don't give a fuck about you niggas. Never have, never will. And my own sister, who's been voting Democrat pretty much all her life, told me on the phone last weekend, she's like, yeah, bro, I'm not voting Democrat no more, man. She's like, luckily for me, I got money saved up because my sister down, and my sister is at OSU, getting her fucking LPN and show all that type of shit. But the point I'm saying is, I'm with you, Mr. Palmer. You niggas better do for self, because our government ain't gonna do a goddamn thing for you, especially for no nigga, except give you a motherfucking penitentiary number.
Yo, let me say this, man.
I want to chime in real quick on this.
Hey, mister, I'm gonna let Ricky come in.
I'm done. I said what I had to say. Go ahead.
He be in and out. He be busy as fuck. Forgive me, mister. I'm gonna let him time because I know he's gonna leave right after this. Go ahead, Ricky.
No, I was sitting there listening to that. Where did that cat go who came in with all that bullshit reparations and whatnot? First off, the government ain't going to do for us. So what do we do while we wait for the government to do for us if reparations is a thing? And I'm sick and tired of hearing white supremacy is the goddamn excuse for every reason or everything. White supremacy. Get the fuck out of here. So what are we supposed to do? Sit here, beg, plead, and bitch for these motherfuckers to give us reparations? Until then, what do we do? Brother. Sit here twiddling our fucking thumbs. Then this motherfucker comes on disrespecting you and your broadcast, trying to hog the conversation. See, that's why I don't fuck with these old pro-black motherfuckers, man. They get on my goddamn nerves.
Well, here's the thing. He just talking and rambling. I let him talk. And I wanted y'all to hear this shit. I'm not finna argue back and forth with that bullshit. Like I said, he said, do for self mean you some dancing the jig nigga. I don't know how when I got off the Minister Louis Farrakhan and that was with the NOI. I don't know. That's what I say. I don't know where he got do for self from, but that's where I got it from. I don't know what the fuck that had to do with this story about you talking about you sent it on Facebook. Maybe you did. I didn't say you didn't, but that ain't where I got it from. And he gonna tell me
that was a simping ass self-loathing troll. Because when niggas start talking that damn bullshit about damn reparations, that's self-loathing shit. You're not getting shit from the government. Republican or Democrat, they're not giving you your fucking reparations. So what are you doing till then? Sit there twiddling your thumbs or just sit there and just talk recklessly on fucking social media?
Like
what about getting up and start doing for self?
Like I said, what killed me, he said, like, I don't say fuck white supremacy. Motherfucker, fuck white supremacy. Fuck Klan, man. I don't give a fuck.
Everybody, nigga, everybody on my job, they mad as fuck at my job. They like, man, we ain't getting that fourth. I'm like, no, I'm like, Joe Biden ain't giving you motherfuckers a dime, nigga. I said everybody on my job, like, Deshaun, you was right, man. Joe Biden was gonna fuck us. I'm like, you niggas better have that motherfucking rent money, nigga.
Hey,
right. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Those motherfucking bisexuals. I hope Joe Biden and Kamala Harris put their foot so far up their asses that they fucking taste their shoe polish for the next 4 years. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? They calling me all kind of coons and Uncle Toms. They get what they get.
Hey, Mr. O, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. I'm just trying to sit back and listen to that fuckery that dude was just saying. Man, I'm like,
that's why I'll let him talk. I want you to cut him off. I ain't want y'all to cut him off.
Look, the only people that deserve the reparations was the ancestors that got free from the fucking plantation. If they didn't get it, they ain't gonna get it.
Amen.
Now look, he sound like a damn millennial too. That's why I get mad for being childed in with the millennials, because they sound like some fucking crybabies, man. They want everything fucking handed to them. They feel like just because they sat in the fucking classroom and got indoctrinated with the same bullshit like everybody else, they did their little extra credit. They kissed ass to the motherfucker getting no more brown nose with them no more. And now they expect everything to be handed to them. You bastards is not going to be CEOs by the time you're 27. No matter how much you kiss ass at these fucking corporations, it's still, the rules apply. You're still a nigga.
But see, my thing is, I don't understand is how the fuck that do for self meant that you're against your own people. I ain't never heard nobody say that. Everybody who's black know when you hear do for self, that means do what you got to do. Don't ask for handouts. Don't ask government daddy for nothing. Don't run to the white man. Don't run for handouts, welfare, shit like that. Because like Fred Khan said, we had the power to do for ourselves. That's where I got it from. I don't know where he thought do for self came from.
Everything.
Right.
They never see nobody do for self in their household. They always see their mama do everything. Get everything from niggas in the government.
And the thing that got me, he been having an issue with the do for self a long time ago. And you've been on this platform coming up and everything. And it took this video for it to come out. Like I told you, it's no different from baby mama tears. When you got a motherfucker, I told you gotta investigate them thoroughly. You can't rush nothing. You cannot jump the gun. You gotta take your time, because one day it's gonna happen just like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you gotta let people talk. Cut them off for what? Let them talk and let you hear what he gotta say. And a lot of people saying that, hey man, taking this all left. What this got to do with this? I thought he had an issue because I said the 2 men was getting cheap 10,000 to 13, and I said it was gender bias because that judge was treating her like shit, and I thought it was a man and woman. That's what I thought he had an issue with, because in the beginning I said it was Klan when the police wasn't letting her go to the hospital. I said it was Klan, so that's why I didn't understand it. But it was more about the Facebook video. I guess I didn't give him credit. I didn't look at it. He said I did. Whatever the fuck. It was more about the Facebook and the do for self more than it was about this video. So
just think, I just think it's sad, like I said, and this is why the rest of the world looks at the black community the way they do. We put a man in office that calls, like this brother who said, our ancestors, like, whoever they are, but during Bill Clinton's first term, because y'all got to remember, back in those days, it was thought that the Democrats were weak on law and not Republicans, and of course Republicans played off of that. So Joe Biden comes along with this crime bill speech in 95 that got Bill Clinton reelected in 96, and it locked away so many black men for nonviolent crimes. And the rest of the world is like, man, have y'all forgotten what Joe Biden just did damn near 19, 20 years ago? Put our fathers in prison for nonviolent crimes, slap felonies on these guys to the point where these guys can't vote. They don't mean anything. And you know what
the sad, I didn't mean to cut you off, but what the sad part is? You know what the sad part is about those bisexuals? They forgot what Joe Biden and the Clintons done to our people 20 years ago. But I bet my left nut on this. They could tell you what happened in the NBA 20 years ago. They could tell you what happened in the NFL 20 years ago. They could tell you what happened, what rappers had beat 20 years ago. But they don't know shit about politics, but they want to come on my channel and troll me.
Yeah.
I want to
know what?
I want to get started right quick to Latrell Melton, $5 donation. It's important that we create our own economy. We shouldn't care about what goes on in the White House. We need to focus on our house. Ain't that do for self?
You know what? Hey, Mr. Palmer. You know what, Mr. Palmer? My sister didn't like what I had to say, and y'all fellas on this post may not like what I got to say, but I'm gonna sit any motherfucking way because I'm just a guy that firmly believes this. I don't give a fuck about Black history, white history. I don't give a fuck about the Jews. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Because no matter what part of the world you're from, you're going to always have bad people that do bad shit. Now, do I believe the Jews are God's people? Yes, I do. Do I think that we as a country should still support these motherfuckers after damn near 70 years? No, because we've given Israel enough tanks, guns, bombs, bullets, they can defend themselves. And if they can't defend themselves, then okay, that's on y'all. We need, like my man said, we need to take care of our own house first. Now, secondly, this is where I think that Black folks fucked up, in my opinion. My sister disagrees. She thinks I'm a little bit too conservative for the conservative, but whatever the fuck. I said this. I firmly believe with all of my heart that Black folks were better off under the Jim Crow laws. I believe that where we fucked up at is we wanted to go to school with white folks. Well, that's where I think we fucked up.
Farrakhan said that. Just had that conversation with my father.
Farrakhan said that.
I literally had that conversation.
Right. Farrakhan said it. Once they opened up to integrate, everybody started going to the white hotels. Everybody started going to the white businesses. And guess what happened with the Black businesses and everything? It went down. But I do disagree, brother, when you say that our Black history is very important.
Well, I mean, no. I'm just saying, I'm saying that's just for me. I know my Black history very well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I don't give a fuck about Black history, white history. I don't give a fuck about nobody history because, like I said, it does not matter what part of the world you're from. You're going to always have bad people who do bad things, black, white, candy, apple, red. Now, I'm not saying that learning about Black history and white history and world history ain't important. Of course it is. I would encourage anybody of color to learn your history, to learn where you're from. And you know what? Let me throw this out here real quick, and I'm going to shut up. The one thing that I always thought about when I would talk to them pro-blacks or whatever is that they always call themselves African Americans. And I'm like, why do y'all call yourselves African Americans? They like, well, because you stupid motherfucker, everybody from Africa, and especially us people of color, we are from Africa, the birth of civilization.
I don't entertain that.
Well, no, fine. Let's just say, for the argument's sake, that this is where life began in Africa. Okay, fine. I'm like, well, here's my thing about any Black person or any Black American calling themselves an African American. I don't call myself African American.
I don't either.
Now, here's the thing, though.
I'm an American.
I asked the question. I said, well, during slavery, when Black folks were over here in America being strung up in trees, being hunted down by dogs, and we all seen 12 Years a Slave, when all of these atrocities were befalling Black Americans or Black folks in this country, why didn't one African country sail one boat to America to liberate one Black slave? Why is that?
Bingo.
Am I the only one that's asking this question, Black people on this post? I'm like, where was Africa at when our ancestors were being hung in trees, towns being burned down? We all seen Rosewood. We all know what happened with Black Wall Street. Where was Africa at?
In the bush chilling, collecting gold and silver and all that good shit.
Thank you.
Oh.
Now, when I talk like that, according to Mr. Palmer, and from what the other guy said, I'm a sellout, I'm a coon, I dance a jig of white men. And I'm like, no, that's just history. I'm like, where was the Black African community when Black Americans were over here in this country? I mean, being befallen by all kinds of atrocities, families being broken up, like the one woman said on the post when I first came on here about Black folks being sold for $2,000 a pop in America. Well, this is all true. I'm just asking the question. I'm like, where was the African people at when Black folks were in this country being dogged the fuck out? And like my man said, they was over there collecting gold and silver and playing PlayStation, playing Xbox. They ain't give a fuck about. They ain't give a fuck about one black slave over here. And this and you know and I think that this shit needs to be brought to light. And then I also say when you look at history in general, and I'm sorry to say this, but it's the truth, that white people were in slavery way longer than black folks. As a matter of fact, Mr. Palmer, the Muslims began the African slave trade when it comes to when it comes to people of color. That's a known fact.
Yeah, that's true.
Muslims began the slave trade in the Middle East, not
They
the white
taught,
man.
they taught the European how to catch slaves.
Not the white man. That's a fact.
We'll wear that. We'll wear that.
And see, you know, and these motherfuckers like that guy who came on here earlier. You know, I get what you're saying, Mr. Palmer. You know, and I respect everything you're doing, but you know, when it comes to this type of shit, man, I'm very passionate, and I hate people like that jackass. I want to come on here acting like he knows shit and don't know a motherfucking thing. I'm like, motherfucker, what the hell you mean that you against do for self? I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. That's how Black Wall Street was created. That's how black wealth at one point was created in this country. It's black folks doing for self.
Hey, let me give a shout
out. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker, you.
And that's why I let him talk all the way. Julius May said, shout out to him.
Damn, I can't stand dumb motherfuckers.
He said, I created my own lane. I busted my own butt to get what I got. # do for self.
Amen, brother.
I'm gonna let Perfect Blackness chime in because he's a pro-black and he don't like sellouts and bootlegs and shit. Go ahead, brother. What's your thought on that? And then after we talk about this, we're gonna go right back to what we talking about.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Palmer? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro. Just talk just a little bit louder. Just a little bit louder.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too loud, but I'll try.
No, but yeah, cause okay. You kind of low at first.
Yeah, I may have to drop down and come back up and fix that.
Oh, you good now. You good, bro.
But you know, I see these conversations here, and I don't know if you saw my statement. It was a way back when I said I kind of feel a little bit different about this topic here because, and quite frankly, I try to stay away from panels on this because it'll give the wrong impression. And I said, you and I talked before, you know, over the phone that, you know, in the manosphere, the black manosphere, there are a lot of different corners of the black manosphere. Some corners I don't agree with everything. Some I agree with most stuff, but still there are some things I don't agree with and all of that. And this will be one of those topics right here that because as you said, the pro-blackness of me will come out. Because I can't speak for anyone else, but I'm a bit well schooled in this. Now, the brother here was saying about slavery and about with other races and whatnot. I think that is a classic mistake that people do when they want to. I don't know what their individual motives are. I can tell you what white supremacy's motives are, but I can't say what this brother's motives is. But I can say the institution of slavery in America never happened before in human history. It never happened before or since. The type of slavery that was here in the United States had never happened. Never occurred. There is nowhere in human history where the level of dehumanity was taking place. I challenge anybody to find any history books that show that. It is not there. It's just not. Now, when it comes to this system, and this is why I'm probably going to, move away. I guess again, this is pro-black in me here. The way I see this, and I put a statement in the comment in the in the chat on this, that when I say about the female black women swirlers, get a good whiff of this, because this is what you're going to get if you think that you're going to be running from bad treatment of black men. You're running right to the worst form of unfairness. Right, and you see the treatment that he got, and I can tell you right now, if he was black, if that man was black, they would have put the baby with other relatives and made him pay child support. And how many examples have you put on like that, Mr. Palmer, where the guy was?
You know what? I agree with you. If it was a white woman, she wouldn't have went to jail. None of that shit. We know that.
Right, she wouldn't have went to jail. But
right, he went to jail, and he might have went to jail anyway, even though she came up to his house.
Exactly. He definitely wouldn't have got
right.
But
But here's the thing,
being able to sue.
And I agree with you. But here's the thing, brother. The video that we don't see no white woman on here. We see two black people on here. So why would I talk about, okay, we talking about the black family, the black couple, but then I mentioned about is racist. When it's a black motherfucker calling the police on another black person and she go to jail, she went through what she went through. We already know if it was a white woman, 9 times out of 10, it's a different narrative. So what I'm saying is, we talking about what's going on in this video. We already know what could have happened if it was a white woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We do this. So what's the purpose of saying, well, do for self is some sellout shit and this some sellout shit?
Well, I think now this is where I would say, oh boy, he did come up disrespectfully, and I don't.
Well, yeah, it's obvious. I ain't give a fuck about that.
Right. I don't see what Duke itself had anything to do with the video. I mean, that was he came in on 10, so
right.
I can't even speak to, because again, he came in. He said some points in there that that he was saying that I agree with. But overall, he came in disrespected. I don't know what that Duke itself would have anything to do with anything.
Because, man, he still got his mama breast milk on his motherfucking breath. He ain't left the motherfucking crib. He's going off of Google information, Facebook information. He was just an emotional Facebook troll, bro.
Nigga need to get some pussy, man. That's what he needs to do.
That. You know what's so crazy?
Real
People talk all that shit about Trump right now. Look, Trump even announced while he's in the White House, he denounced his racism, right? This dude, Joe Biden, was actually giving a eulogy to the Grand Rip Wizard of the KKK. His homeboy.
No, that was Hillary Clinton.
You know, on that point, and this is on that.
As far as I can start, they all clan. So,
right.
I mean, but I still rather have Trump in office versus this motherfucker. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. What's your point? Not you, but I'm saying, what's your point? We talking about this video with two black people. We ain't talking about no white woman and a black. We already know. Well, it'll be 9 out of 10. It's gonna be a difference if that happens. Come on now, we all should know this. White privilege.
Now,
what the fuck they got to do with this video?
Right. Yeah, and I've often said when it comes to politics and all of that, because I'm a political junkie, actually. I've often said that talking to black women, the Democrats, the Republicans are going to do no more for black men than what the Democrats have done for black women. No more. I mean, the black man's voting, I think we all should vote in a box. Whatever party is going to give us what we need, I don't give a damn if he wears a hood. If he's going to give me what we need and what we want.
Right.
I think we are politically, as a people, we are politically immature. We're too politically immature, and we get too wedded with these parties, with these DNR parties, right? Yeah, everybody, Trump is an asshole and all of that. A lot of them. I would rather have my racists right out in front of me.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I don't want nobody that's behind the scenes shaking my hand, but you want to set me up a failure. I'd rather for you to tell me I don't like niggas.
Right.
And my boy from Akron said something real poignant. Now look, when they said you had just said it too, bro. And I was just trying to piggyback. Oh yeah, I was literally talking to my father about that so-called Jim Crow era, and he lived through it. He 87 years old. He was like, "Well, I shouldn't feel. I want to go to their establishment. I'm an American too." I said, "If they don't want you there, why would you want to be there in the first place, dude? Y'all had your own, and y'all want to go into somebody else's thing and think they living better than you instead of keeping y'all shit together." Then he couldn't say nothing for 20 minutes. I'm looking at him like, "See, it's because of y'all that we got to deal with this crap. Why are we still dealing with civil rights movement after 70 plus years, bro? Yeah, did y'all get hold down and all that good stuff? What was the whole point then?"
Hey, hold on. What's your thought on that, Perfect Black, and what he just said? Do you agree with that? Because even Farrakhan said that we was better off staying segregated because we had everything. We had ours. It was ours. We had our own businesses. The Black Wall Street. We had our own schools and stuff like that. And then as soon as they integrated, then all of a sudden everybody ran over there, and a lot of business was gone. A lot of black companies, a lot of black schools. What's your thought of that?
I was I was going to actually that kind of was going to lead into another point that I wanted to make.
Okay.
And so, kind of give me a minute here. As opposed to what he was to what the brother was saying, he is right. We had more black banks then. We had more black businesses. We had more black anything. We had bus lines all across the nation. We had all kind of things. Even in Jim Crow segregation, the problem was at that time they can just openly murder us. You know, they just openly murder us. Even though we had those businesses, we had those things. In terms, at least financially, as a people, we were actually better off. Now that doesn't mean that we like Jim Crow.
Of course.
But talking about just the era itself,
right?
Black Americans did markedly better. Now this brings me to a point because I know a lot of people in this space, they hate the term reparations. Now, before I make this statement, I'm gonna say this: Do I think America's going to get Black America's going to get reparations? Probably not. If so, it's not going to be in my lifetime. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. However, having said that, I can trace my lineage in terms of military service all the way back to the Civil War. I can trace that, right? So I can also trace during the very same time of when they were burning down Tulsa and other black Wall Streets all across this nation. My family in the 20s, they were part of that great migration. On both sides of my family, mind you, they were very well to do, and it was even said a couple of them were actually millionaires during the time in Alabama and Mississippi. They literally they owned all their property. They owned several bits of property, had quite a few businesses in both of those states. They were literally ran off their property, ran out of their business. They had to leave it. They had to absolutely leave it. And when they got to St. Louis and Chicago, they found an even more insidious form of Jim Crow, and all the way to the point to where you talk about denied generational wealth. And within a few decades, our family was in poverty. So anybody can sit and say, I can't get with anyone. I know, however well-meaning that they may be, I can't get with anyone that sit and tell me or say out in public, black people, I'm not talking about white folks, black people, they say that black Americans don't deserve and shouldn't fight. Just because they won't give it to us, don't mean that we shouldn't fight for it.
And that's the same thing I say about child.
Right, exactly.
And and you know what, I agree with you 100%. That's the same thing I say. If we still gotta try, still gotta try.
I can't stand when people say that because I am a descendant of those who were generational wealth was absolutely denied. And I'm gonna tell you something. I bet you any one of y'all that's on this panel, if your family go back, if you in the Midwest, I can almost guarantee your family goes back to the South. And if you really do some real historical forensics, you'll find that you were a denied generation. Where would you be? Where would I be?
My father's 87 years old, bro.
My mother and father from the South.
Mine too.
So I mean, I already know.
Where would Black America be if untold amount of lynchings based solely on business jealousy?
Right.
What would Black America be if we were able to be free from slavery, unmolested, unbothered?
Mm-hmm. I agree 100%.
So people sit and say that
we'll dominate.
Exactly.
That's what will happen.
People sit and say when people have a negative attitude about reparations. That's what bothers me, and I say then I respectfully say that people have not done adequate history.
I'll go with that.
To see just how much the Black community has lost, just how much generational wealth have been denied.
Mm-hmm.
How many businesses, how many well-to-do white folks are in the position that they in? They don't even know it. Don't even know how they even got to their riches to this day. Right now, you got white people talking about right now who live in Oklahoma say that they're just not hearing about the Tulsa massacre. Never heard of it.
I heard that. I saw that yesterday when he was doing the parade or the day before. So yeah, you 100% right.
Education in America has been molested.
100%. They're not gonna put out that type of education.
That's why I really think that people should really begin to educate themselves.
Brother, that's why I say we have to do for self. That means we have to learn our own history. We have to educate, we have to try to make change. We definitely got to get our shit in order. But that's why I say, so I don't know how to do for self with some type of dancing the jig shit. But like I said, I wanted him to talk, let him say what he had to say, so everybody could take heed of what he's talking about.
Mr. Wam, I do think I got a sense of what he's talking about. That why a lot of people in the pro-black community have a visceral reaction to the do for self, or that's what they would call it. Now, I don't consider you that, and I don't consider everybody who say do for self as a do for self, because, like you say, Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, they've been on that for.
Well, that's where I got it from. I don't know if he came from somebody else. I didn't know nothing about. I only know who I learned from. You know
but here's the thing with that: you do have a lot of black conservatives who declare that there's no such thing as racism. That racism doesn't.
Man, come on, man. I don't give a fuck about that.
I'm just.
Man, that's a motherfucking lie. I tell you, it's a lie. Come on, now. I know that.
Those types, they routinely regurgitate that.
Well, that's them dumb
because they have that type of angle. That's the angle in which they're coming from. So you have a lot of people that's in the pro-black community. When they hear that, that's why they have that visceral reaction, because that's what they're attacking. I don't think maybe they haven't listened long enough. Maybe they haven't listened long enough. Maybe they don't have the ability to argument as well.
The problem is, though, bro, when you run off your emotions like that, just like that, that's what sets you up for failure.
Well, men can't be on these panels with a whole bunch of emotional professions.
That's what I'm saying. We're supposed to be men. That's why I say. But hold on, before we go, let me do the super chats, because I had quite a few. Game of Lives Matter, $5 donation. I'm on vacation. Do for self, no matter anyone that tells you different. Don't listen to that guy on the panel that said otherwise. Appreciate y'all, and Judge P. Shout out to you, Baylor. Game of Lives Matter. Also, we got You're So Cool 23 for the $4.99 donation. He. The Law and Order Noise. Smiles. Glad I could hear it. She love that shit. Let me see. I also want to give a shout out to Dr. Thunder. Please subscribe to his channel. He will be on here next week. I was on his show. He's gonna come on mine. Please subscribe to his brother. He's definitely a good brother, and he got a lot of knowledge. He also teaches at a college. So shout out to you, my brother. Okay, and I also want to give a shout out to West M for the $5 donation. We already vote as a block at 80%. That's the problem. You need to have power in every party. I agree 100%.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't disagree that at all. But like I said,
we need to do what old boy was saying. We need to start buying politicians.
I agree, but don't you have to do
start buying them? Legally buying them, but we need to start buying
them.
Right,
but don't we have to do for self get our own wealth so we can buy them? Because we're not gonna get it from Gummy Daddy.
Oh yeah, that's what Dr. Paul Anderson be talking about. We need to buy these. We need to buy both sides, buy both politicians.
I agree. It's all business when it's all said and done, business and political, with hate around it and everything else. But like I said, like Black Rock said, let's get back on point. We said enough about it. Since y'all still on here, I want to ask Mr. O, what's your thought about the video when it comes to the father calling the police? He didn't charge at first, then he decided to charge her, then he turned around, got custody, she died in jail, he got custody, he sued for $13 million. Then he turned around, he's alienating the family from seeing the kid, the daughter, and then now making the Black Lives Matter move to try to get some extra money. What's your take on him finessing like that and take the opportunity?
When the black woman doing that to us in the same fucking fashion, I mean, it was good for the goose, ain't it good for the gander? I mean,
okay, I want everybody thought about it, because that's what I'm saying. Because baby mama Terrence do that with quickness. Some of y'all do that.
What? Man, she don't think about when she won't even think about or blink about it. Look. I hate to see the black family split up and going through turmoil as any other person, but we live in a society where we are just treated like dysfunctional bad behavior children. Like look, our permanent records basically show us who we are, bro. And look, y'all want to go ahead? We want to sleep around with the worst of the worst, and we get the worst of the worst results. And we, us as a society of people that want to do the right thing, we got to pay for people that want to do the wrong thing and their kids. So I mean, it's a lose-lose situation. I'd rather that the brother, at least I hope he a thinking dude. He gonna take care of his responsibility and do what's right for the kid. Other than that, I'd rather be with a black man that got some logical sense than with a black woman that go ahead and use that little kid and once it turn 18, toss it away into the world on the unknown. Fuck it.
Hey, Tina, what's your thought about the father basically finessing, doing what these baby mama terrorists does? He
like my man just said.
Uh-huh.
What like I was just saying, like my man just said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I mean, listen, I always say, if you can't take it, don't dish it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And as far as the father getting custody because the mother died and all that other shit, hey, it is what it is, man. Like,
hey, hold on. Hey, Quincy X said, do I realize the father? Hey, he white? I don't know. I thought he was light skinned. He white?
Man, dude,
he's white.
Man, dude, I can give two fucks if he a Martian from Pluto, man. The point I'm saying is fuck it. I mean, and if the Martian from Pluto believes in the child support laws and believe in, you know, women and everything they get, fuck that nigga from Pluto too. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
you know what? Okay, he white. I'm gonna ask this question, but I'm gonna wait till Blackness answer the same question. I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Perfect Blackness, what's your thought? Like I said, the man, the father, I thought he was light skinned. He basically called the police, decided not to press charges, but then he decided to press charges, and then he decided to go ahead and get custody, sole custody, and then use her death as a benefit to him, you know, Black Lives Matter, and alienate the mother, the family from seeing the daughter and using the daughter to get more money out of it. What your thought?
Okay, now this may hurt. This as Kevin saying, he said this may hurt. See, this is why I say I have different feelings about this. Because and I said most unapologetically, the minute that I saw that this man was white, I'm like, well, you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. You play with the bull, you get horns. I'm sorry. I can't say. Look, my heart goes out to that young lady's family. It does. I don't wish death upon nobody. I don't.
I agree. I'm not talking about the death.
I'm sorry. I cannot have too much. I have empathy.
That's why they call her. That's why they call her baby mama Terry, because I can't say she baby mama Terry when he gets. You know what I'm saying?
It's just an unfortunate, another tragic story of a black female swirler.
Wait a minute. So wait a minute. All right, I get what you're saying. So let me ask y'all this, because it seems like the narrative. So you telling me? I'm asking everybody. So because he was a white dude that finessed the black family, y'all not looking at it as a black father getting the child. You looking at it as the white man got it on us again. Is that how y'all looking at this? Because I'm looking at it as he was a father. I'm not looking at it as he was. I don't care if he was Chinese, white, black, Mexican. He did some shit that these baby mama terrorists do all the time on all men, and he reaped the benefit. And I'm asking, as a father, so is y'all telling me that if he was a black dude that did this, it'd have been more justified, so to speak? It's not justified.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
No, not you, because a lot of people say he was white. I thought he was light skinned, like I said. But what I'm saying, I'm asking, does it make a difference that the white dude that got over on a black girl or a black family, does that make it look like, okay, he Klan and he reaped the benefit because of white privilege?
Well, for me,
yes and no.
I'm asking.
For me, in terms of the bare actions, no. But for me, when I look at stuff like this, I immediately put that in a whole different category.
Because you look at a different category because she got with a white dude.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, no, I just want to know.
Not only that, you didn't reproduce with them. You carried that baby for 9 months. You got pregnant. You could have had an abortion. No, you intentionally carried that baby for 9 months. And now, when the white privilege worked for his side, I don't want to hear no tears. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear. I'm sorry. I can't.
All right, so let me ask you this. So if it was a brother and he was a father, would you have that same narrative?
I can't have that same narrative because he's not white.
Well, I could say a father's a father, whether he was black or white.
In terms of the bare actions of it,
yeah. I'm talking about the actions. Say that again.
If you just say just the bare actions of what he did, that shit is wrong. Yeah, he's what you would say a baby daddy terrorist or something like that.
Yeah, you could be a baby daddy terrorist.
No, absolutely. But again, we don't have blinders on this. And me as a black man who do a lot of work in the community, trying to save our black boys and all of that. When I see that, because even though look, and I said a lot, our black quote unquote our women or destroyers of our community, I still have a love for the community, and we're not going to rebuild it unless we have black families, and we have too many of those type of examples. If you want to go out and do that, go right ahead. Don't come back asking for our help when the shit hits the fan the way it's done. Because I can promise you, had that been a black man doing that, he wouldn't have had the opportunity to do that because they would not have given him custody. They would have given it to the grandmother or somebody like that.
Let me ask you this.
We wouldn't even be having this discussion.
Let me ask you this. You don't think if it was a black dude that called the police, you don't think she'd have went to jail, or you don't think it would have happened like it did with the white dude?
Oh no.
There isn't a chance in hell that this would happen. He would have been in court trying to get he would have to get attorneys to try to get to get custody. All that.
Well, you gotta remember she died though. It ain't like
it doesn't matter.
I mean,
there are examples like that.
Because I know some.
There are examples like that.
I know some guys that did some baby mama terrorist shit. Not a lot, of course, but they called the police. They went to jail. They took advantage of it and got custody.
Yeah,
well, not a lot. Not a lot. Not a lot. Go ahead. You said what, bro?
Only in rare cases. Now look,
it's not a lot. I know it's not a lot.
It's a racial what's the name? All right, so the white man got it because he's white. Let's be real. And the black dude, he was gone through hell and hot water.
Well, I don't know. See, here's the thing. I look at it. The reason why I look at it as it was just a father getting custody, because even white men can't even get what they want when it comes to parenting and child support and all that. They don't even get the same narrative. But I get what you're saying. If you look at the black man versus the white man versus a black man, I get what you're saying. But like I said, in my opinion, I look at it as a father versus the mother. I'm not looking at it as he was white, because I thought he was light skinned. He was white, she black. Oh, he got over. Because if you look at these white celebs, look at Rob De Niro. He got a black wife, and she ripping his ass left and right. He ain't get no quick divorce. He got to pay her $250,000 a month, and because of that, any job he get, he got to take it. They not even divorced yet. So that's a
rare case.
Say that again.
That's a rare case. They both of them, they're in the public eye. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be a bit different, But and again, those are rare cases, man.
Mm-hmm.
Those are rare cases. Had that man been black,
the
conversation would have been completely different.
You got to understand, it's a rare case that men even get custody.
Exactly.
That's why I say that it's, to me. But that's what I'm saying. Now y'all see that me and him don't see eye to eye when it comes to that. Is I'm saying he a bitch and fuck nigga and do for self ain't shit. Do you hear blackness? He's pro-black to the fullest, telling me, oh, you sell out, you got do for self and you ain't shit, this. Not at all. We talking, and he say respectfully, I disagree. I say I disagree. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might agree with him, some of y'all might not. But we talking as men. We not motherfucker this and motherfucker that. we're not getting our feelings about it. You know what I'm saying? I understand why he says it, just like he understands why I'm saying it. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is this is how men have a discussion. That's how women should have a discussion too, but they more emotional. But you got these niggas, these civic forces, they be more emotional than the women that I speak on. And like I said,
but I'm definitely with you on that one, Mr. Palmer, because you're right. It don't matter if you black, white, candy, apple, red. You know what I'm saying?
Now when it comes to family court.
Yeah, they're gonna fuck you. They're gonna fuck you every chance they get, man. I mean, they don't care about how good of a father you are, and you know, and we've had this discussion many a times. And so for this white man to take advantage of this black woman and get custody of the kids and get the welfare and get the section housing and get all the same shit that these bitches will get half the time by niggas who didn't even want the kid, but the bitch would use that kid as a leverage against that man. Hey, I'm all with it. Fuck it.
No,
I mean, that nigga.
The reason why I can't call baby mama Ted, she just had the baby.
Well, no. I ain't
talking about you, not you.
Oh,
no,
okay,
I'm just talking about because the dude said I said baby mama Ted. I ain't calling no baby mama Ted. And on the title I said mother because she just had the baby. She didn't get a chance to be a baby mama Ted even if she wanted to. So I can't call her baby mama terrorist. So I can't.
I mean, hey, I'm with my man. Like he just said, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Because, like I've said, and I'll end it here. Like I said, these women, they use the system against us all the time to finesse us out of our kids, to finesse us out of our money. So, hey, like I said, you know, it goes back to the principle. If you don't want to get punched, don't throw one. And if you're big enough to throw
I agree.
one. So that's how I look at it. Fuck it.
I agree.
Oh, well.
Nick O, I left it up here because I wanted to say it. Nick O said respectfully, Mr. Palmer, as a black man who has heard 1,000 jokes about don't need no man, black men abandon their kids, etc. I would be lying if I said that I did not feel some kind of way. That's what Nick O said. Y'all, what y'all
know that man has the right to his opinion. I mean, but like I said, but we never talk about all the, but like I said, but we never talk about all the fucked up shit that these bitches do to these kids that destroy these kids' lives. We never want to talk about that type of shit. Oh, but the moment that one man can actually use the same system that was against him to use up for his benefit, we look at him as being some kind of bag. I don't give a fuck what his skin color is. The point is he used the system that was set up to see him fail. He used it against, he used it in his benefit to get his children, to get the Section 8, to get the welfare, to get the food stamps, to get all that shit that all these hoes get. I mean, hey, nigga, it is what it is, bro.
I understand what Nico's saying, and I respectfully understand. You know, right. I do. That's what I say. I'm not in my feelings. Not at all.
Don't matter to me.
I can understand why some of y'all feel this way.
I applaud the nigga that won.
I do understand. I do understand actually.
Hey, yo, salute, Jap. Yo,
man, I was trying to get on that. Want to give a shout out to Mr. Jap up in the building. 999 donation. He said, "Cook family." Salute to my bro, Mr. Palmer, and salute to the panel in chat. #church. #simp purge. Yeah, y'all know who he is, but those that don't know, I know y'all do. Please subscribe to this brother. He's cooking on Boys Twackers, and he's gonna be on the show this week. We gotta set the days we can talk about this Simple Forcer.
I can't wait to talk about that. Right,
blackness.
I can't wait to really talk about that because actually, man, I am really disappointed in Dr. Boyce Watkins.
You more than welcome to come on, brother. I know.
I'm really disappointed in.
Yeah, you more than welcome to come on here because the reason why I love to have pro-black men on here that understand where I'm coming from and they're about correcting everything, not just the white man. They also want to correct shit in the black community, and he's one of them. And there's a few more in here. So I definitely want to hear his evaluation because he fuck with Boys Walk. I used to watch and listen to him all the time, but then when I started seeing a lot of shit he started doing, I couldn't.
Well, I've always seen that in him. That I guess that simp side. I've always seen it. But because he's another. I don't agree with everything that he do or everything he said. But there's some things, a lot of things I agree with, man, especially when it comes to the finances and that.
I agree with that.
I really do agree. Even some of the other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with finance. But what you were saying about what not only him, but Obsidian was really getting on this morning about what he's been doing the last couple of years, man. And he was absolutely right. That's what I'm saying. When he came out on this stuff, man, it really disappointed me, man. And he's getting roasted as he should.
Yeah, because he mentioned the black manosphere and and I'm like, you fucked up now. You should have stayed in your lane. That's what I said about the other black pros. They try to mention child support. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Stay in your lane over there because you talking that jive. But you know, like I said, it is what it is because he mentioned it, he responded. Hey, good. I'm glad because now everybody talking about him. Even his own people that support him told him, man, you should stay in your lane. You don't know nothing about that. You know, even women said that he was wrong. They was checking him on his own platform. So I was like, okay, wow, okay. So, you know, but we got my boy from Cincinnati up in here, man. What's your take on it, brother? Hopefully he's still up in here.
Yes, sir, man. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I hear you. What's your take?
Y'all hear me?
First I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, what's your take on what you heard so far?
Man, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it may be some truth to the black-white dynamic when you have a black and a white person in that dynamic. But when it comes to white people in general, I know I'm an Israelite, so ain't about no white asses. And I know white motherfucker who somebody personally who helped me in the court, a white man that's in New York that I met on Facebook. That his baby mama died in a car accident, and they trying to give it to the mother. Like I said, they all white, so that may play a role with that. Y'all might, so you look at Holly Berry. Look at how Holly Berry got dragged through the mud. She the one on child support type shit. She the black woman, and you know what I'm saying. So on some of that, so it may be something to that dynamic. But like I said, but as Mr. Palmer always say, remember, white motherfuckers get it worse than us. They get it bad, and they be killing themselves too.
I told you when it comes to this, the white man get screwed.
Killing themselves.
Right, the white man get screwed, but if they get screwed, we getting fucked up all the way. We lower the total pole. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I mean,
so like I say, that's how I feel about the whole dynamic. Yeah.
Do you also think? Shout out to you, so cute, cool. Appreciate you tuning in. What do you think that it would have been a different if it was a black father versus the white father?
Yeah, I really believe it has more to do with I mean, you said he got food stamps and stuff too.
No, that was just that was just blackness saying that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think it was blackness or it was my boy from Ohio. Nah, he didn't get all that. It was just he basically did a baby mama tears move. He did a baby mama tears move and reaped the benefit from it.
Yeah. You know what? I think you know you got to go into the details of things because a lot of times it is about money. So if she making more money than him and he a broke ass nigga or a broke ass white, whatever you want to call it, they may go after her ass and give him the kids. That's how dirty them. That's how money hungry and low life them motherfuckers is. To be honest with you, so I need to get more into the details. It might not just because he's white. Because if he's white and make less money than her, if she's making bank,
no, she didn't have no money.
They want to go after her child support.
She didn't have no money.
She had no money.
No, they didn't.
Okay, well, yeah.
Home burial. The family can even afford their own burial.
Okay, well, yeah, well, I'm gonna have to say, yeah, it would have been different if it was a black man. I had to go ahead and say that.
Okay. Hey, like I said, I respect it. That's why I say we men, we talk. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. Y'all, hey, I'm putting the link in here if anybody want to chime in and get their thoughts, because it seemed like the whole narrative change when they see the white man. So I want to know, you know, who else believed that if it was a black dude, he would have got played and it wouldn't have went out this way, you know. But blackness, back to what you said, you know, it would have been different, but you don't feel no sorrow for her at all, right?
Hold on, give me a second.
Okay.
No, I'm multitasking here, man, making milk for my damn 2-month-old here. But look, again, I take a harsher look at this because when that dynamic is there, you cannot, at least from when I said, you can't, the racial component cannot be denied. It just cannot be denied. But when I see, you know, when I see situations like this, Tariq Nasheed, he got this saying. He says, hold your own nuts. When you go outside the race and go outside the community, you can. I'm not gonna, besmirch you. I'm not gonna, talk bad about. I used to be real hard up on it. I'm not like that no more.
You had that right. That's.
When you do that, and your white zaddy, he activates his white skin privilege. Don't come back over here.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't.
Don't come back over here. I don't. And your family's tears. My heart goes out to them. But cry me a river. Keep that over there.
Hey, yo, look, check this out. I got my brothers. My brothers, they married to white women, right? And both their kids, they got kids by white women. They kids biracial, right? They go through identity crisis like it's crazy, bro. I be trying to tell them. They be trying to come to me like, man, I just don't understand. I said, bro, you had laid down with that woman. You don't understand. Look, you are black. She gonna think she's white, bro, regardless of fact, because look, she's around the environment.
White society don't give a damn about this.
And here's
you're right. Black.
Right. Here's the thing, though, with Black Rock, that's why I left it up. They will not give a black man custody. Don't get it twisted. 100%. I agree. 100%. Hell no. No. If the white man ain't getting custody, what the fuck make you think you gonna get it? I agree. That bitch gotta be, like I told you, she gotta be on life support. She gotta be in jail. She gotta be dead. I agree. I ain't never denying that. I'll be a sucker to talk that y'all what's that black conservative bullshit. Tom, ain't no such thing as racist. You a motherfucking lie. Motherfucker, we all know what it is. They blinded. They is up their ass dancing the jig. 100%. But I just look at this situation to me as a father and a mother. She didn't have no insurance, she didn't have no money. And just like Black Rock even said, he said, no, I'm not feel sorry for her. No marriage, no insurance plan. I mean, no insurance, no plan. She was going to use the system. And goddamn it, yes, she was 100%. She would have got custody. She'd have ran to court. She might have got full custody. She would have put him on child support and everything else. I agree with 100%.
Yeah,
I would never sit back and say no such thing as racism and all that shit. Come on, motherfucker.
Look, whenever, see, that's the thing that a lot of squirrels don't understand. Whenever that white person gets ready to activate white privilege, it ain't a goddamn thing you can do about it.
You're right. I know one now. White privilege, taking advantage of this shit. Yep, I know that for a fact.
And he went in there. Yep. Somebody whispered in his ear, probably his family, said, "No."
I think it was that bitch that was there. I think it was the girlfriend whispered there because he called right back moments later and said, "Hey, press charges." That's why I said earlier, she must be a baby mama tears or got a baby mama tears in her ear, her mama, something, because he called right back and said, "Yeah, I want to press charges."
See, for me, when I see cases like this, it ain't too many details I even want to hear.
So once you saw
that, yeah, once I saw that,
you got to. I mean, I get what you saying, but we got to still dissect. Even like you say.
No, I understand what you say.
Yeah. What I tell y'all, we know Charles Manson did what he did, but we still want to interview the person.
Right. You want to get to the meat of what.
Yeah. I mean, that's why.
How was his mind going? I understand that. What game did he tell those women to get them to do with it?
I want to know. Yeah.
I understand that. But for me,
you understand it.
For me, that's studying this. But for me, when I see that, I don't need to know.
That's why Blackness said,
"There's no point in me knowing."
Hey, Blackness, that's why they say, "Hey, I'll be here in a moment. I'm getting to the crib." You put something on that moment, like I'm not gonna miss this. Out of all videos, I ain't gonna miss this shit. Hey,
we didn't have practice today, so normally I would be over a football practice.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, but I come on at 5. I know you can't handle your business. I mean, but I had to go at 6 today because I was take care of some stuff. So that's why I was able to come on at 6. And I knew then you would be able to come in time for this one anyway. I want to give a shout out to Sergeant Tyson, $5 donation. Took my son home today. He wanted to stay longer with me. Baby Mama Terrence was waiting in the front of the house. Gave me a look when I pulled up in a rented Lambo. Oh, damn. Woo. Shout out to Sergeant Tyson for living his life. Shit.
You got to, bro.
Yeah, you do. I 100%. Black Rock said, I know the men I know personally who got their kids back spent $50,000. I knew a brother spent $75,000 and to get equal parenting. The only reason why I got it because she ran out of money. So yeah, a lot of time could be a money game, but who got $100,000 to blow and still be able to live their life normally?
Nobody. And man, look, all that money. Look, this is why we trying to.
Look. Before you say something, he said it was over 10 years. See what I'm talking about? Get the fuck out of here.
Man, look.
No.
That $50,000 could have been put to kids' education. It could have been put to a damn building. It could have been put to some crypto, some stock. But they don't understand this shit. And that's what be making me mad about the system. I'll be like, look, ain't no amount of weave, ain't no amount of makeup, ain't no much how much twat you giving a nigga. Look, we is trying to build generational wealth because the other races of niggas out here and other races of men are outdoing us, and we fall behind to y'all.
Yeah.
You can't make this shit up.
You can't. But so hey, this was definitely interesting. I learned some things all the way around, from Goofy Mog all the way to this. I will say that. Shit. But like I said again, we disagree. We talked as men. We had our reason. We both understood the reason, but our opinions stand. And that's how we supposed to be. But what really blew me was that do for self shit. That would really, I'm like, do for self? Not do for self. That what got me. That's why I'm like, wait a minute, do for self? Not fuck child support? Do for self. What?
No, it sounds like he got more problems. He got more problems against you.
Yeah, that's a personal problem. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. And it was because he said he sent me this on Facebook, and he said he sweat up and down that I got it from that, not from me looking on my YouTube. And the only reason why I found it, because you remember that the broad, I think it was in Wisconsin, Blacks would probably know about it. Everybody should know about it. She killed 2 of her kids because she said that they molested her son, and she put him in the freezer and kept collecting child support. Her name was, her last name was Blair. First name was Mitch. It's Mitchell Blair.
How old were these kids?
The kids
like one was a teenager and one
was a teenager, 13.
The other was like 4 or 5 or something like that.
How long was she collecting child support?
And she was collecting child support like a couple of years. And
that was up in Milwaukee, right?
Yes.
So nobody noticed that these kids wasn't going to school.
Nope. They whole time, family or nothing, even the baby daddy, bro.
And we're gonna talk.
I can understand the baby daddy not knowing, but what about the school? Because I know here in Chicago, if your kid don't go to school, there's gonna be a problem. There's gonna be some people getting notified.
They did nothing, and we're gonna talk about that maybe about a weekend because because I got it where when she was in court, she admitted she did it. She said she'll do it again. She said she don't give a fuck about them. And I got it where they show she lost custody. And when she said she want to plead guilty, she want life in prison. And she didn't give a fuck. And she's doing life sentence. And then when I saw that video, I looked up some more shit. And that's when I saw that clip about this woman here, and that was today.
Well, she better get protective custody because crimes against kids, even for women, that don't.
Well, she actually went back to court last year for fighting the officer, and I don't know what more sentences can you get if you already got two consecutive life sentences. I don't know. The only thing worse than that is death penalty. But
man, stone her to fucking death, man. Forget that shit, man. Look,
I agree.
That's the type of people they put on life, right? See, that's why I'm against life imprisonment, because think about it. This person committed a cold-blooded murder to their own kids, and yet they still be able to breathe. We still got feeded, clothed, sheltered, and all that good stuff. But what? It's not deemed to live in a fucking civil society. So you must put it to death. Sorry.
If a man would have did, he would have got life. I mean, he would have got the death penalty, not life. He got the death penalty.
That's draining on taxpayer resources.
He wouldn't survive. He wouldn't survive the next court date.
Exactly. And exactly. So that's what I'm saying, man. is gender bias.
It's a lot in this court.
That can't get.
I'm surprised the female inmates haven't got to her. They have to be protected.
Yeah.
Because when she get her time and actually go to the joint, man, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, you can't make this shit up, man. So look, check this out. This gonna be an interesting one on this one. All right, because some of y'all gonna say guilty. It ain't gonna be for why I say she guilty, and some of y'all gonna say innocent because who the father is. But that's cool because hey, everything can't be always guilty and innocent. That's how court goes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ask y'all before we log off this bitch. Is the father guilty or innocent for finessing, doing the baby mama terrorist move, finessing the black family in the system? And
yeah, he's guilty, but shit, his skin make it a wash.
Well, I say he's innocent. I say innocent because my thing is this.
Innocent.
That's why I say I'm not looking at the color, I'm looking at the man and woman. But I do agree, you know, the color do make a difference. But I just still look at it as the father and the mother. And like I said, she would have did it to him.
Well, if we're just talking about just the pure actions of this,
we talking about this. Yeah, we just talking about the action of this. I'm not really, but I mean, somebody might say guilty anyway, and that's cool. Now, from what you were saying, what everybody was saying, I understand.
Yeah, me as a watch. I mean, he can be guilty or innocent. He activated his white privilege.
He's innocent in my book.
Hey,
activated his white privilege.
Oh man, Shambra says innocent. Did say innocent, exactly what Mr. Palmer said. Who else think he innocent or guilty on this one? This still was a good topic though, because I didn't realize dude was, well, I thought he was a light-skinned dude, because they kind of had him blurred, so I thought he was some light-skinned cat. You know what I mean? And shit, I
hung the jury.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, it might be. That's cool. That's cool because we still gotta have some type of fun in this shit. Quincy X says innocent. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else innocent or guilty? Matter of fact, let me do it because a lot of people probably ain't gonna say nothing about this. Shambra, I'm gonna go back again. Shambra says innocent. Dia says innocent. Quincy X says innocent. Black Rock says innocent. He used the system properly. Anybody else is innocent or guilty? Hey, he just kept it real. He said, however, there's a part of me that wish he was black. I respect that. Mr. Hall says innocent. JJ Green says innocent. B Candy says suspect.
Suspect? Really?
Suspect?
It's a oh, I knew. That's fine. I will say, Candy was saying a lot of key points. Even what dude was saying all the way to all this. So I respect what she says. She say suspect. I respect that. Anybody else innocent or guilty or suspect? Oh man. Perfect Blackness. Innocent, guilty, or suspect?
No, I said just on the pure actions of it, man. Because if he's doing what the women do, he's guilty.
He's guilty.
But like I said, it doesn't matter. Him activating his white privilege. It took everything.
Okay, let me ask you this: do you think he was wrong for doing the same shit that these baby mama terrorists would do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I mean, the actions are wrong either way. The actions are wrong.
Right, but okay. Because the reason I told you,
and it sounds like he's gonna keep the baby. He's gonna keep the kid from the uncle and the rest of the family.
I disagree with that because they didn't do shit to him all like that. It wasn't no baby mama terrorist, and then he got custody. So I disagree with that to the fullest. But let me ask you this, because I tell you, if she on life support, man, you go get that custody. If she in jail, you get that fucking custody. You don't be in your feelings, you get that custody. So that's the reason why I'm asking.
No, that I agree with.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now, see, now I can parse that part right there. That part,
Yeah.
go get your kid.
Okay.
But for everything else, he wouldn't have. I don't think he would have gotten custody. That's first and foremost. I don't think he gotten custody.
I got
and what he's doing to keep the baby away from the other side.
I disagree.
I can't get with that. I'm sorry.
I don't care what color. The only way I see a man doing that, if they was alienating you and they was causing all this shit, then I get it. But if they ain't do all that, nah, you foul, fam.
Foul as fuck.
Yeah, you foul. I agree, motherfucker. You foul, motherfucker. I don't give you
that was the reason why I was saying he's guilty.
Okay, I agree. Hey,
I go with that.
I understand. Hey, Perfect Blackness says guilty. You know what I'm saying? Did say the mother would have did the same thing to him. I think she would. I really do think
she wouldn't have had to. The judge would have knocked on her door with the custody papers. She wouldn't have had to. She wouldn't have to do it.
Now I agree with Charles G, and that's what I said in the beginning. I said them motherfucking officers did that shit. That was some Klan shit. That was obviously some Klan shit. They looked at her as an inmate. No, they looked at her as a black nigga inmate. I agree 100%. Charles D said, I thought no matter what the jail person did, you can't be. Wait a minute, hold on. Maybe I read it wrong. I thought no matter what a jail person did, you can't be denied hospital care. No, you cannot. And that's what they did. Denied her health treatment. That's why. So that's why folks feel race intent. When it comes to that, hell yeah, it was race intent. When I worked at county hospital, I agree 100%. Right? That's why I say if y'all watch it, if y'all watch this again, I say there's some Klan shit. That there, Klan all the way, 100%. Ain't no motherfucker. Why? Because I used to lay down. I agree to the fullest. They should be.
She carry a.
I agree.
Baby.
They didn't give a fuck about her, and they did not. They did not. But check this out. When I was at county hospital, we had inmates left and right for Cook County Jail, and we had to take them for their tests, shit like that. They were sick. It could be some minor, major. They had to go to the clinics when they was told to go. They could not be denied that. They cannot be denied regardless of what they go to jail for. I know murderers, gangbangers doing life, double life. They have to, they sick. If they got a hospital at the jail, but if it's something that they can't take care of, a certain test, they have to come to the hospital. Yes, and they go to any hospital in Cook County. So yeah, 100%. You tell the truth, Charles D. And there was some Klan shit right there.
The minute that you get locked up and you are in state's custody,
yeah,
100%.
They have to take care.
Your health care is taking care of.
Now,
your life is destroyed.
I'm actually surprised they doing any time. I just knew they would got off. I was surprised about that. I was surprised about that one. I was surprised. Candy say he may be innocent and rode the waves of white supremacy in his town. I think would have been treated different, treated him like every other man in America if his town wasn't racist.
Hence, he activated his white privilege.
Yeah. RP double dub 217. I don't care what color he is. When the system is turned on a woman, people will cry. If that happened to a man, the white blinks innocent. I agree with that. That's why I say, man, I'm looking at the man and the woman, man. Fuck all that, because if it was the other way around, she'd have did it to him.
Yeah, she would have did to him, and she would have been wrong.
How far it would have went, it would have been just as bad as one of us, bro. They don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's why I say innocent. Shit, you know. But blackness say shit. She was guilty once she did a swirl.
Anything that happened when she did that, anything that happened subsequent after that, that's her bed. I'm sorry. That's
hey, man.
She made her bed. Now she got to lie in it, man. Look, we got to take responsibility and accountabilities for all our actions. And
I agree.
Ain't that what conservatives preach? Personal responsibility.
I agree. And I'm gonna let y'all know you got motherfucker that's white supremacist that's on child support. Believe that. Don't get it twisted. They don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah, they do.
I'm just saying. That's why I tell you they don't give a fuck no color. What your affiliation? Republican? None of that shit. And they do not care.
Hey, what did Uncle Ben tell Peter Parker? He told him, with great power comes great responsibility. Hey, look, with being a man and trying to live in a man's world, you want to get that power, it comes with great responsibility. So look, baby mama terrorists and sisters, look, y'all got the power of the WAP, now use it. Now y'all got abused, and now y'all got to go ahead and live what y'all made.
And Quincy X said something good. I'm gonna post it in a second. Shout out to Supreme 10. He said innocent. He used the system to his advantage. Innocent. Now interesting. Yeah, she went to his house. She tried to push her way in. They charged with also. It was 3 things they charged with, which was petty, and they made a $25,000 bullshit. But Quincy X said she didn't put him in jail when she had a chance. That's what I'm saying. Most of us, from when we went through our situation, we didn't put the baby mama Tez in jail. We waved it off, let it slide, let it ride. But a baby mama Tez don't let nothing slide or ride. They gonna put your ass in jail even if you didn't do it. And that's why I say we got to keep them veins. Yeah, trespassing. She trespassed, but he caught over there. That's what I'm saying. You got set up for failure. That's why I say when that dude came in and kicked in that door and Florida got his head blowed away, he entertained it. Bitch said something, told him, bring your bitch ass over, you ain't gonna do shit. And he was like, what'd he say? Oh, you wanna fuck with me? Oh, I'm gonna show you. And she set him up for failure. So it's the same thing. You know, she didn't put him in jail, but he said, fuck that, I'm putting you in jail.
Well, that was her mistake.
That was her mistake.
Look, like I said,
she didn't have a baby yet.
Huh?
She was pregnant then. She didn't even have a baby yet.
Well, for me, the die was already cast the minute that she laid down and got pregnant with and said, I'm keeping it. That was it.
Right. She didn't have a baby at the time. She was pregnant but she still could have pressed charges, but she didn't.
Because she think White Zach is going to help her more than the. Let me stop.
Well, look like he helped himself.
Yo, of course he did. He's got the complexion for the protection. He can activate anytime he wants.
Like I tell y'all, men, if y'all got the opportunity to get your custody, don't have no remorse. Keep your veins cold. Don't have no pity. You go there, if she on that deathbed or whatever the fuck she on, and you got opportunity, you get that shit. Because if you fight in court, you're gonna spend $70,000, $80,000, and you're gonna be, like my man said, fought for 10 fucking years. Fuck, nah. No. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this one will be your first time in history of deadlock. Charles D said
a fucking hung jury, huh?
Yeah, it's a hung jury. Charles D says guilty. I gotta go for what I know. LOL. I understand, my brother. No issues with me. Guilty. Black Rock. $13 million self-help. Yeah, man, that motherfucker, he did the same thing these baby mama terrorists do, reaping off. Danny said, a woman went to fight. Was he talking nice to call the cop? I don't know. See, that ain't a recording. I can't say.
He ain't got to see. I think people are missing.
But you don't have. Yeah, I think
you have to. All you got to do is activate that white privilege with a nice golden smile, and that's it.
I think what happened, he told her to come get the baby, and then when she came over there, he like, I ain't give you shit, and that triggered her off, and that's when whatever happened. He took advantage of it.
Man, that couldn't have been a black man. The minute you try to, have a lawsuit, a damn lawyer would have said, yeah, you need about a good $10,000 retainer, all kinds of shit. Man, please. Only the black man can only dream of a situation like that.
Shit. Yeah, because you've been falsely accused 5 motherfucking times for some rape shit, and
a big money.
You spent over $30,000. You still ain't got cut. She's a nut. So I mean, like I said, I know why you say what you said.
That's what I say. Cry me a real idea.
His story, man. He been on here 3 times. He gonna be on here again. And I seen them paperwork.
It's over 40. It's over 40. Not 30. It's over 40.
Yeah, I read them papers, man. It's in Chicago, man. These motherfuckers, boy, they let anything ride with these baby mama terrorists, man. I don't give a fuck about no man get no custody. Even if she a nut, lied, falsified 5 times on some sexual shit. You can't make this shit up, And he still ain't been in jail. He still ain't been in jail, but he whatever shit. he wasn't able to see his daughter at the time, but he back seeing his daughter, and now it's gone to the work.
She's here now.
None of your business back on. He said he's still on his man. We on the whole. That motherfucker say guilty. Some say innocent. It's a hung jury. It's a hung jury. You know what I'm saying? It's a hung fucking jury. But like I said, man, you can't make this shit up. But I looked. Hey, it was interesting, and like I said, I agree with a lot you say and understand. But I'm still looking at it as man and woman. But I do get what you're saying, what y'all saying when it comes to that privilege. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Every white that is one thing that every white person have without having to do anything. They can have it. They got it whether they poor, whether they are rich. They got it. That's the one thing that they can really fall back on and count on. In a situation like this, when old girl bitch gave him an opening, all you gotta do is just show up with it. And to get that $13 million lawsuit. And his lawyer get a 33 1/3.
Yeah, you gonna get that. They said he gonna, but they did say it's gonna go on the trust of the daughter. Yeah, but don't matter. He manipulated enough. He's still gonna get the bread. Look what they do. They do the same shit.
Once he's paid off the lawyer, all of that ain't going to that trust.
No, hell no. Well, people don't know. Let me tell you about,
a good portion of probably going to go.
Let me tell you about these trusts. Let me tell you about a trust. Even with a trust, you have the right to go in there, even if the child's underage, when you're supposed to say, well, we need it because we got to give her a cost, we can take her to school, or we got to get her to pay for a good ass school. So there's ways around that too. So yeah, I seen that happen with a baby mama taking somebody kid's trust.
That baby, that baby's gonna be lucky to get $1 million for that money.
Exactly. Be like Gary Coleman. When his parents spent all his money up and he had a super head.
I guarantee you, he ain't dating another black woman as long as he lives. How much you want to bet?
Wait, say that again?
That he's not dating another black woman as long as he lives now.
Oh, I bet you don't. I bet you don't. Because, hey, look.
When that low and that economic.
Look at Robert De Niro. He was wrecked that shit.
Yeah. He ain't gonna date another black person. Why? He ain't got to. For the most part, not all the time. You say, I love Robert De Niro, but I mean, they done, CDC have done studies on this stuff about integration and all of that.
Hey, look, bro. None you better say, oh, now you interpret my narrative. This is less for black women on code for solidarity. You are black first, woman second. Well, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, but you know what I'm saying? You came in on the tail end, and you still don't know what the fuck you talking about. But whatever, man. Do for self, fam. Do for self, fam. That's all I can tell you. Do for self. Yeah. Do for self, fam. You took whatever the fuck I said off to the promised land somewhere, fam. All the way around. And we talk about this whole shit while you left, and we didn't get at each other head about our disagreements and shit. We understood. That's what men do, fam. So you need to get yourself in order, and you could get on code as well. Do for self, fam. But anything else you want to say, Mr. O, before we get out of here? He must be out. Anything last thing you want to say, Perfect Blackness, man, before we get on out of here?
No, man. Look, for me, my stance on that, like I said, that's part of the being on code. That's part of being on black code. Look, if we all black folks on code, we should see that right there and be like, oh, then that's your problem. I understand. Yeah, that was racism. That would not have ever a black man would have never been in that position. But you know what? You laid down and had a baby by that man, by somebody, as you say, the Klansman there and all of that. It was real easy for him to activate his white privilege. My heart goes out to her family, but I'm sorry. Cry me a river.
So
my heart is going to go out.
She guilty anyway.
The more needed black folks within the black community that I'm helping, my energy is gonna go out. I'm not gonna cry no tears over that.
Okay.
She chose her side, laid down with him, carried his child to her own detriment. I'm sorry. For me, that's what they make hand soap for, hand sanitizer. I sanitize myself out of that one. Go the other direction. Keep on going. It's tragedy. It's tragic. I keep going. So yeah, he was I think he was, wrong and all that. Okay, but
It's ADOS, bro, not DOAS, bro. Hey, shout out to Clan Killer for the $2 donation. BMT is a new crime bill. Protect your seeds. I thought I was.
Only thing I was gonna say is like, look, the swirlers, y'all don't get no sympathy. Y'all ain't been our women since slavery. I've been learned that from pimps. You dig? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So look, she thought,
right.
Look, she learned what she thought she had a big and better deal. She laid down with the white dude, and the story, then her fairy tale didn't unfold like it wanted to. She ended up in jail. She got Sandra Bland. I don't want to say it like that, but it is what it is. And now the white master is going ahead and get the remnants and the benefits of his own baby that he had with that sister. Now he's going. He's basically milking the system. If it was the system with us, bro. So I can't even hate.
He got to come up from a black person. That dynamic it is as old as black has been in this nation. He got his come up from the black woman.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
That's my response, fam. But the thing is, let me ask for this though. So, like you said that she swirled or whatever. That's on her. But what about when y'all tell y'all stories about what the baby mama did with y'all, and then they tell you, well, that's on you. You picked her. Ain't that kind of the same situation? You picked them, like she picked the white dude, and they'll tell you you picked the woman that you got with. That's on you. Yeah, I'm just asking. If anybody tell you that,
I take full responsibility. If I stick my wood into
do you
that
look at that
woman,
as the same or no?
Yeah, it's the same. Because look, if I stick my wood in that woman, knowing that I could get her pregnant, knowing that she might not be fit to be a mother, and I end up getting her pregnant, she become a baby mama terrorist, and I gotta suffer through the family court system, that's my fucking fault. I gotta live with that shame and go ahead and take it to the grave and raise my kids to the best of my ability, and that's it. That's all. Fuck
it.
Okay. When that is a interesting to answer your question. If you're looking at, if we're going to be intellectually honest about it, consistent. Yeah, that's the same. So then in that case, don't be mad at me about how I go about fixing the issue.
Oh, I ain't mad at you. No, I ain't talking about me. No. I know you're not talking about me. I'm just saying.
When people say, I have to take that. I got to take that L.
Yeah.
Right. I take that L. So don't get mad at me when I come over with a beautiful, foreign, nice younger wife, and I'm encouraging other black men to do the same.
I got it.
You're upset with me.
Right, and that's what
that's a mistake, and this is how we're going to fix the mistake. But I'm going to tell other black men to not fall into that mistake.
And that's what I was just going to say. Like Lou Bennett just said, he beat me to it. That's what men do. We take accountability. I take accountability. My fuck up.
So I'm not afraid of that. People say that. Okay, you're right. You're right. We tell women all the time. Hey, look, you in control of sex. You say right now if it's going to be sex. We say if it's going to be a family.
Yeah.
So, so, hey, I take responsibility for that. I take responsibility for that $41,000+. I take full responsibility for that. Sure do. But yeah, I'm also encouraging other black men to do what I did.
I know, bro, go outside the states. I got it. it.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't even think that's safe anymore, man. You know how many decades they have been seeing us coming over there for decades, and they know what we over there for? I think they really about to put a cap and some type of limitation on that shit now.
No, well, my circumstances.
I don't know about that.
I didn't go over to get anything.
A lot of cats ain't going over there for that. They just want to hit and go.
Yeah, that's
a
different circumstance, and I know that's a whole different topic.
I wouldn't do that either.
There's a lot of ways that you can vet a lot of these women, black women of other cultures. There's a lot of ways that you can vet them for sincerity, unlike that you can do here in the United States.
Right. I understand.
That's a whole different dynamic, man. But I do understand what he's saying. But there's the dynamically different. Where in Africa there's different. How close is she with her family. Does she have a real hard family tie? If she don't, you might want to be careful.
Well, that's why we got to interview them thoroughly. Don't rush nothing. We got to take our time because you never know. You got to ask questions that we normally don't ask. You
But I
have.
will say this: even some of the worst women
Mhm.
still better than most of our better women, or our quote unquote better women over here.
I agree with that. I agree.
Even some of the worst ones are still better prepared to be wise than most of the women, most of quote unquote our women over here.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
I agree with that. I know.
Are they all good? No. I mean,
Long as they ain't Americanized. Long as they ain't Americanized, they be all right. When they start being Americanized and getting this feminist ideology and all that bullshit, then that's when they get set up for failure. Because it's some that came over here and they went right into the same trade, straight up. You know.
Yeah, a lot of factors go into that. I mean, what type of who is she hanging around when she comes over here? Because she hangs around with the wrong crowd. You.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You in trouble.
Yeah, you in big trouble.
You in big trouble.
Manipulation is a powerful thing.
Yes.
It ain't just kids, man. You got adults that's manipulate. Look at the bullshit you see now. Ain't no such thing as racism. That's the biggest crock of shit ever. But it's out here. So I ain't gonna lie. This was still a good ass dialogue, made me think on some things and shit. You just never know. You just don't know. Just don't know. But Quincy X said in Africa look for Zaddy. Yeah, I know that too.
Yeah.
Yep, doing the same shit. So
a lot of them do come over here looking for that. A lot.
They do. When I was in Jamaica, they were doing the same thing.
A lot of them are over there when they got the bleaching cream is tough over there. It's tough. It's a big industry over there.
Yep.
There's a lot of factors that you do have to look over. But once you can find one, trust me when I tell you, they are well prepared for family, more so than the women. More so than the women. That's why I will continue to say that the black community is not going to be built. It's not going to be repaired or rebuilt with the class or with the batch of women that we had to pick for. And I'm talking about when I say we, I mean in the black men of any type of substance.
Yeah.
We don't really have decent women to really choose from because the pool is so tainted. By the time they get 25, man, they got 2 and 3 kids, then had 2 and 3 baby daddies. They got about 50 bodies torn. It's just so hard.
Yeah, 100%.
You won't really get that from women of other cultures, and especially most parts in Africa. You just won't get that. Yeah, you got some over there that are full of whoredom. You got that everywhere.
That's all over the world, man. Ain't no escaping that.
You got some that's raunchy and ratchet and everything. You got that all over the place. But by and large, you going over there, you're more likely to find. They say the grass is greener. The grass isn't always green on the other side. In this particular circumstance, it may not be football, NFL grass green, but it's a hell of a lot greener than this shit.
Yeah, I agree.
It may not be commercial manicured lawn, but it's a lot greener than this.
But you gotta understand though, they in a third world country. Of course, they gonna act all friendly and feminine because they in a impoverished war zone, bro. And like I tell women over here, you can only be a feminist in a first world country. Like it is what it is. You try to go and live in the bush. You try to live in a third world country when everything's overinflated and you ain't got no 2 pennies to rub together. Of course, you're gonna be real feminine because you're looking for somebody to take care of you.
That is a salient. That is a good point. You're absolutely right on that. That's why you have to really be about your stuff when you bring one into your life. You have to be about the business of none of this 50-50 crap. You have to be able to have a stable foundation for it to even come to in the first place. Even so, when you even go through hard times, you can kind of weather it. You know what I mean? So, and again, you have to control your atmosphere. I know it's a hard thing for men in particular, for men in general, but in particular black men to do. That's a hard thing, man. It is because you're fighting society.
Hey, my man said, just remember you ran scared. I didn't log off. You left. Fuck you. We've been on here almost 3 hours. I ain't run.
I didn't mean to come in and kick over the table, man. I didn't.
Nah, I wanted your opinion because you definitely pro-black and you can actually talk and don't get in your feelings and start having issues with do for self and Facebook and everything else, man. So I wanted to hear from you and Mr. O. He believes.
I thought the panel was gonna hammer me.
Nah, bro, we don't. We don't. I told you, I don't want my platform where we calling each other names and all that shit. That I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? If we disagree, we gonna say why we disagree, come to a common ground. If not, then it is what it is. Why would we do that? Yeah, I muted you, bro. You kept talking when you were trying to get the point across. I listened to you for a while. I didn't interfere with you, and then you start interfering with me, and then I pressed the mute button, and you still was talking. So yeah, I did. So, but hey, whatever you say, fam, you sound like one of these baby mama tears, man. Because all you gotta do is watch the video again, man. Yeah, I did mute you. That ain't that. And then I did. I took you out of it because everybody in the chat was saying, man, we don't want to hear him talk no more. He's taking over, going left. That's why. That's why. So I mean, come on, man. I don't know how somebody running.
And actually, a lot of the stuff that he was saying, I mean, for individual points, I was actually agreeing with.
And I didn't say he was lying about everything, but when he talking about do for self and where I got the video from and all that, and saying that what it meant and shit, I'm like, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Yeah, I didn't say he was wrong. I didn't say he was wrong, but
it does. It triggers a lot of the pro, folks in the pro-black community. It really does, because it conjures up too many things. I just think a lot of people that's within that community, I think they need to nuance things, right? Because I don't think that you meant it in the way of, say, like, I don't know, Thomas Sowell or somebody.
No, I didn't mean. No, it wasn't nothing like that. But that's why I say. But like I said, that's why we're supposed to be men and talk about it, like, before we start jumping the gun. You know what I mean? So I didn't say he was wrong by everything he said. Not at all.
Nobody here in Chicago. I don't think nobody in the whole, no black community in the nation will consider the Nation of Islam or Louis Farrakhan. They got much respect in the black community. And
but you got some that's against him too, and they either say
you do, but they still.
You know what I'm saying?
He still has they still have a large support.
Oh yeah. For the most part,
large support and respect within the black community, even for non-Muslims. People still respect and support him. They've seen it as been putting in work. I think they should have handled the Malcolm X thing differently, but that's neither here or there. That's a whole different discussion. But still, they have a lot of respect within the community, and they preach.
And the thing is, he said I run scared. I'm like, how? I didn't block you. Now, if I'd have blocked you and you can't come back, I even highlighted some of the shit he said, disrespect, and the one that made sense. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand, but whatever you say, fam, I guess I'll hold on to that. But like I said, when it comes to do for self, you need to do for self, bro. I'll tell you that. And I didn't get the video off your Facebook.
Yo, man, that's so crazy. Every man is supposed to do for themselves. Ain't you?
That's what I thought. My dad told me I need to do for myself. Don't be waiting for no handouts trying to get freebies and shit. But
that's why I
won't raise that way.
A millennial.
I won't raise that way. But whatever you say, fam. So it's cool. You can still come to this motherfucker. I ain't gonna block you. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you get out of your feelings, maybe you get your mind right. So it's on you. So, but like I said, man, this shit was a hung jury because a lot of people say he was innocent. Some said, hey, guilty. But now, blackness, why would we get into it about you saying that, hey, if it was a white woman, all that? Nah. Nah. I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? My dad black, bro. My dad was born in Blytheville, Arkansas. My mom was born in Shibuya, Mississippi, man. I don't, that's what I'm saying. My great grandma was from Arkansas, Blytheville. I don't know.
Hey man, look, both my parents from the South. My dad from Alabama, my mom from Mississippi, bro.
My family ain't come from North Dakota. So I mean, I ain't got nothing to prove about all
You're a
that.
black person in the Midwest, man. If you're a black person in the Midwest,
They all came from the South.
Senator and all that.
Jordan came from the South.
You folks came from the South, and if
Most
your folks came from the South, your folks was running from Jim Crow. And if you were running from Jim Crow, that means your family probably was some business owners. They were successful, independent, doing for self, business and all that. And they had to eat.
Bro, fam, my dad left when he was 15 to come to Chicago because he was tired of picking cotton.
There you go.
So I don't have to prove about shit about no motherfucking where my family come from, man. Especially on here. Shit, my mom came from Mississippi when she was 18, and she came to move to Denver, Colorado with her oldest brother. Then she decided to come to Chicago. So I mean,
I know my family is what they call ADOS or FBA, but I
don't know the name, but
I use both of them because they both
bullshit. See, he know more about where my family come from than I do, and I know my family history. So that's what I'm saying, man. You can't make this shit up.
No, my family ain't. I saw that comment. They said Jamaican. My father was not Jamaican. I can tell you that right now.
No, my family come. At least my mama and my dad come from Jamaica. So I don't know if they got Caribbean descendants. They probably got. I think honestly, it's more from Africa versus Jamaica.
They might.
They might, but I'm just saying for what I know, most likely from Africa versus Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Peace to Shaka. But I ain't gonna hold you no long, man. It's going on 3 hours, man. We're gonna definitely be on here tomorrow. And we're gonna what's tomorrow? Tuesday. Tomorrow, Tuesday. I don't know what I'm talking. Probably talk about the broad from Wisconsin, bro. That right there, some shit.
Yeah.
She put her kids in the freezer for a couple of years for child support and shit, but she say that the kids molested her son. So
I'm really I like to know what's going on there because I can't imagine that the school system didn't reach out to authorities.
I agree, 100%. They didn't care. D-Dub say I'm in Wisconsin. Yeah, this happened some years ago. So we're gonna talk about. Her name is Mitchell Blair, not Michelle. Mitchell Blair. She was 35 when she did it. Ended up getting life in prison. She pleaded guilty. She wanted to stand up and be a woman. You know what I'm saying? And D-Dub say they don't care out here. Now I got family in Milwaukee. They don't give a fuck about that. They don't. So, but yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. Y'all definitely eat y'all ribs or whatever y'all gonna eat for y'all holiday that y'all celebrate. It's just
I don't celebrate the day too much. But the day is
another day,
right? Because
you was in the military.
Right, I was 10 years, man. You know, because it was black folks who
you was in the military, and you're right because you watched the movie Glory and all that, learning about that. I agree 100%. I just don't
I don't celebrate too much, but when it comes to military days, I do have a more of a soft spot for it because, like I say, my family has been serving this nation since all the way back to the Civil War.
Yeah.
So, including myself, I wasn't in the war, but I gave a decade of my life to this nation.
You was in the military, man. You did more than I didn't join. My father served in the U.S. Army, and a lot of my uncles was in the Army and Navy, and they fought they fought in World War II. You know, that's how old they was. So yeah, so salute with that. Awakened Black Heterosexual says not guilty. So, but it's a lot. This is hung jury for the first time in history. That's cool. Business say I'm fully exposed. So yeah, I'm exposed, y'all. Yep. Quincy actually took all the holidays.
Yeah, only thing I'm gonna say is, you know what I'm saying, memorialization for all the fallen soldiers, you know what I'm saying, and the armed forces in these streets, you know what I'm saying. Y'all gone but never forgotten. And peace and blessings to y'all. I might go ahead hop off and join this family gathering. I'll go ahead and see you tomorrow, Mr. Palmer.
All right, be easy, bro.
I was on that live stream too.
You said what? Yeah. You definitely more than welcome, man.
I was on that vet live stream with Brother X, man. I was on that live stream. I gotta call him too. So
Shaka, he say I'm exposed because he say I'm a sellout. I'm a self-hater, I guess. Because I say do for self, he say do for self. It's some type of dancing the jig shit. And because I disagree with this case when it came to the mother and the father. So that's why. So I'm exposed. So that's what it's about. But it's all good. Everybody's not gonna agree with you. I just don't like that emotional ass shit. We're gonna talk. I mean, even if you pro-black and you get in your feelings, you get yourself in order because you make yourself like a fool. That whether you pro-black or whatever the fuck you is. So, you know what I'm saying? Each say I'm exposed though. But yeah, perfect blackness is always you one of the realest pro-blacks I know. You're more than welcome. Come on here. Agree, disagree, it doesn't matter. I just want to hear the truth and to get an understanding. That's what men do.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me get off, man.
Hey, my brother, catch me, be safe.
I got to tend to my baby here, so.
Yeah. So yeah, you be easy, man. And like I say, tomorrow it'll be 5 p.m. So we'll probably be on a couple hours. By the time you get back from coaching, you should be able to hop on. So, all right, man. You be safe out there, man. And I'll definitely see you tomorrow. Perfect blackness. Peace be on to you. And like I said, it was a good dialogue. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time. He said I'm an agent. That's why I say, man, you can't make this shit up, man. An agent in Chicago. I'm an agent. You're an agent watch. That's why I say, man, that voodoo shit, I don't entertain none of that. I don't know how I'm an agent, but if I'm an agent on these baby mama terrorists. But like I said, this is a hung jury, good dialogue, man. And you know, so even though the narrative changed, it still was a good dialogue, man. And like I say, it's the first time in history on here, hung jury. We'll be on here tomorrow. Talk about the lady from, she ain't no lady, 5 o'clock Central Time, bro. 5 o'clock Central Time. We're gonna talk about the woman who, shock, about the woman who put her kids in the freezer and kept getting child support. And her argument was the 2 kids, 13 and I think was 4 or 5, molested her son, and you know that was her excuse. But I'm not going with none of it. Even if they did do it, it was other ways you could have handled that. So, like I said, these baby mama tears real. They definitely crazy. And like I said, y'all gotta keep y'all veins cold. No mercy, no pity. If that motherfucker on life support, you run to get custody. If she's in jail, run to get that child, get that kid. So, cause don't fall for that okie doke having mercy and pity. That's your baby mama bullshit when it's all said and done. But I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Fuck child support. Oh, and one more time, motherfuckers that's got issues in their feelings and disliking and all this other shit.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Not at all. Peace. Court is now adjourned in this motherfucker. Peace out.
Baby mama terrorists. BMT. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setup. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setup. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold.
Oh yeah, I did get one dislike. That's probably from your boy right here. None of your business. You already know my response to that shit.
I can't see you though, bitch.
Peace.
Baby mama terrorists. BMT. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setup. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setup. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setup. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setup. Ride around, I play the role as innocent with an evil soul. In public, when fake hair low, behind closed doors, who pop them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong. Knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Say my name, but I know your kind. Say my deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worried about another bitch. Instead of us co-parenting, put my kids in grown folks' business. Tell them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. My baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setup. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setup. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setup. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setup.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I can't see you though, bitch. I can't see you though.